That's right, we're back at it again with part 3 of Game of the Year 2020 awards. We've got everyone with us. We need to get to it. Let's get started. The first category of Game of the Year 2020, part 3, is Best Character.
Ooh.
Ah! So, okay, guys, I'm sure we'll come to a conclusion very quickly on this award.
I don't remember if we put in any 13 Sentinel guys. We did.
Yeah, there are.
Okay.
I guess I'll alphabetize it. That'll help.
It helps the brain feel good.
Yes. There's a place for everything, and everything has a place. Okay. Our candidates are Carlos from Resident Evil 3, Dusa, the floating Medusa head from Hades, Elon Musk, which isn't his real name, from Spider-Man Morales.
Simon Krieger.
Thank you. GPU from Astro's Playroom. Ichiban Kasuga from Yakuza 7. Johnny from Final Fantasy 7 Remake.
What a toxic pick.
That's a KZ pick through and through.
Juro from 13 Sentinels. Takatoshi Hijiyama from 13 Sentinels. Takato Maruki from Persona 5 Royal. And Virgil from Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition.
We've learned nothing new about him in this version.
Well, we learned that.
But I'm happy he's here.
His song is pretty great, though.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
Is Takuto the new Persona extra game girl?
No, this is the guy.
Okay.
I'm going to say we get 3 votes. Feel that's pretty generous.
Yeah, it seems about right.
We'll go ahead and go to Feel first.
Takatoshi Hijiyama.
Sell me on Takatoshi. Tell me about him.
He loves yakisoba pan, and he's very progressive.
That's true. Well, he's conflicted, but he does love yakisoba pan.
Virgil.
Tell me about Virgil.
He has a really good EX provocation.
Yeah, he does. He does. That is a new thing.
It tells us a lot about his character.
Oh, yeah, it does.
And fuck it, Juro.
Okay. There's...
I would like to continue. I would like to ask questions.
Okay, well, we're going to talk now. So, audience, if you don't want to have spoilers for various games, maybe you're in the wrong part of town.
Bob.
Yeah, what's up?
I can only assume you're the one that wrote that. Which one do you fucking mean?
It wasn't even me.
It was me, motherfucker, and this
Which
is
one
why...
do you fucking mean?
I mean, Juro.
There's like 5.
All Juros are kings.
Yes.
Yes.
I just assumed it meant all of them, so I'm like, nah, sure.
Yeah, fuck it.
If it's Dan, I'm just assuming it's the cat.
Look, I don't think it's necessary
that
to
cat
limit
is
ourselves.
also 3 other Juros.
I don't think it's necessary to limit ourselves on this. I think we can just celebrate all Juros.
Yes. It does have a buff, though, you know? It's like 4 guys.
Yeah, but one of them is milquetoast.
Yes, but he loves VCR, so, you know, he has his positive points.
I feel like, different last name denotes different character.
No. They even literally say that at the end, KZ. He's like, well, you're kind of a stupid fucking simp, but you're still me, I guess.
I don't know. This gets complicated. If I brainwash KZ, is he a different character now?
You keep telling me to fucking eat these things and drink this cheerful.
Oh, KZ-chan, I made dinner. Your favorite hamburger.
Oh no, you keep telling me to have this to make my pain go away.
Dan is slowly rewriting KZ's personality by giving him cheer wine with memories sealed in it.
No, that's what he's shipping him DVDs for.
I just feel like doing all these podcasts. I feel like I'm just as strong as Shinonome, and the fact that I will pass out at literally any moment and will job at literally any moment.
The OLED, it was just a plot to get KZ to watch the tapes.
Fuck me.
KZ, I found this really new, cool video essay. You should watch it. I think you'll like it. KZ, what characters do you want to nominate?
Oh my god. Let's see. Dusa. She is a wonderful character. She is a floating head. She gets frazzled and goes "Sss," and then floats up into the rafters almost every time you talk to her, and it's really good.
It is really good.
I am a big fan. Who else? God. I'm not going to pick him, but I put in Maruki from Persona 5 in here, mainly to highlight that his character is really good. He's one of the new characters they introduced. He's like a guidance counselor that you get in the main game of Persona 5. But then almost entirely all of the stuff he's talking about is clearly related to the main plot of the game, so you know he's immediately important. And the entire new dungeon they added is just about him, and he's probably technically an antagonist, but he's the series' best antagonist of all time. He's incredibly written.
Fuck,
He's
I
written.
have to fucking play this game.
He's written extremely well. Serves as the perfect foil or ultimate opponent for what this game's actually about. And I was like, man, starting this final fight, I'm getting chills on how well executed it is. It's kind of nuts. So I wanted to at least highlight him. But I have other loves here. Takatoshi Hijiyama. I put him in here. My argument's simple here. He is one of the funniest characters of 13th Sentinels. Because I came into it thinking he was going to be really cool. Because he's got, he seems uptight, short hair until the game starts, and then he's grown out. He likes yakisoba pan. But he's also an incredibly huge loser.
Oh, which part?
He spends the entirety of the last third of his story crawling on the ground looking for change.
Yeah, that's true.
The climax of an entire chapter of him is him being strapped down and kink shamed over and over again, to the point where in my recordings I just said most likely to enjoy cock and ball torture. And you can't dispute this. Everything going on with him is just oh my god, you're the
Even
best.
his epilogue scene is him getting
his
owned.
epilogue is so rough. It's so rough. But yeah, that knocks him into the top for me. And fuck. I'm between two right now.
Mm-hmm.
Well executed characters. Man, this is rough. Fuck it, I'm gonna go Carlos.
Okay.
Resident Evil 3.
Okay.
He's amazing.
Muy bien.
I was between him and Simon Krieger because I feel like they both exist in a way where they're the best part of their games respectively. Carlos is great in the fact that he is what happens if a character doesn't need to be in a Resident Evil game's just there, where he'll go into the fucking Raccoon City Police Department and go, "What's this weird fucking puzzle door?"
It's pretty good.
Or 8 different lines when he's going up to an intercom in the hospital exam room thing.
What the fuck is this?
And
What
he's
do
just
you mean I need a tape?
He's like, "Open it." And then they starts doing impressions of the dude, hoping that it'll work like that.
Yeah, it's I need a voice activation. And he's like, I'm this doctor, open the door.
Yes, it's so good. He's such a fucking joy anytime you're playing or interacting with him that I'm like, Please put him in any new Resident Evil game. I'm begging you.
Voice verification. Blow it out your ass.
He basically does that.
Dr. John St. John. Okay, well, that's KZ's 3. We move on to you, Bob.
Sure. I should have put Natsuno or Miura from 13 Sentinels. They're both really great, and I like them a lot. But
I'll allow it.
It's okay.
We can add them.
I would not gonna lie. I would have been with you on Natsuno. She's
Whatever.
quite based.
We'll add Natsuno.
All right.
Minami, right?
Yes.
And what was the other one?
Miura.
Renta. Okay. Renta Miura, right?
Is it Renta?
I think it's
No.
Keitaro.
Keitaro Miura.
Yeah, Renta is the glasses guy who always carries the notebook.
It's fine. The only thing that matters are their last names.
Look, I changed which characters I remember the first name or last name of, and it's terrible because I remember the first names on half of them and the last names on the other half.
You put some work in.
I've made this harder for myself. Good. Because I have.
I don't know
Now-
why you.
now
I don't
keep
know
in-
why you had to do this.
Keep in mind, feel KZ, if either of you want to change to these characters from 13 Sentinels, you're completely able to do that.
You're right. I'm dropping Carlos for Natsuno.
Okay.
See, I would just want. Can we put this different 13 Sentinels character in?
Yes, we can. That's what this category is. You better say it quick, though.
Okay. Tomi Kisaragi.
Thank
and
you.
I'm
That's
dumping Virgil
literally.
for her.
I was literally going to put her in when it came to my turn.
God fucking damn it.
This game is cheating. It has 13 plus main characters.
And they're all really good. The only one who isn't good is the one
I
who gets
almost
screwed
wanted
by
to-
the writing.
I almost wanted to say bring in Okada specifically because most of his story seems to just be the movie source code.
It's
The 2011 classic film.
it's a damn shame that his entire story is one level basically, and it's not as cool as anyone else's. But whatever, we'll be here forever if we talk about that. So I swapped out Virgil for Tomi Kisaragi. Feel
Okie dokie.
you've made the correct choice.
Comfortable with that.
Now that Bob,
Okay. This is rough. I have put myself in a position I don't like.
Yeah, you opened the floodgates for us to add more 13 Sentinels characters.
I really appreciate Juro,
okay,
so I'm gonna have him in there.
Juro.
Um,
See, this is why we counted all of them.
yeah.
You think I want to specify what loop of Tomi Kisaragi I want?
This is rough.
Oh god, that's real rough too.
Yeah, don't make me choose. That sucks.
Fucking my eyeballs were ready to fall out when they kept fucking going. Let me tell you about TV women.
I'll do Keitaro.
Okay. Tell me why. I don't think anyone's talked about Kitaro.
I think his story of both being being BJ and him in being stuck in the past. It's hard to talk about, I guess.
He has a really good first, like his prologue's really good, or like the thing right after his prologue's really good, of Man Out of Time.
Yeah, I always enjoy that fish out of water story, so seeing it executed like this is neat. Seeing his culture shock.
Yeah, he like looks at the calendar, it says the year. He's like, fuck that, looks at a history book. And then they make you go and look at the calendar again.
Yep.
Which that game has a lot of those flourishes of like, yeah, that's what a normal person would do. Where they would do like an extra step really quick, so it makes the game feel more natural. But yeah, his stuff was dope. Hamburger.
Yes, Hamburger. He's the other competitor for Best Companion.
It's fucked up. This guy's cheating.
He has a hat.
Okay. And that's enough 13 Sentinels. I'm cutting myself off.
Okay.
Are you sure?
There's always room for Tomi Kisaragi.
I know there is.
I'm brave enough to just flat out admit George Kamitani kicked the shit out of every other game this year and gets to own this category.
I mean, you're not wrong. You just aren't. But I'm gonna vote for Carlos because he deserves the vote.
Okay.
Thank you.
Casey took
Thank
the
you.
vote away.
I left him alone. You're gonna have to bring him back.
Okay, well, that makes it Juro, Keitaro, Miura, and Carlos. Fantastic, Bob. So Tomi Kisaragi, a fucking course.
I was about to say, I wonder if you're interested in Tomi Kisaragi.
Tomi Kisaragi's story is really good. All of the story. There is a really interesting narrative there around that character. There are interesting choices made by that character. Also a fantastic character. I really appreciate. I think she's one of my top genuine characters in that game. Because let me tell you, Shu Hamaguchi started growing on me the more he was like, I gotta do this for Yuki-chan. Because that's hilarious.
I don't
Fuck
know
that
why,
guy.
but I almost start laughing every time fucking Tomi does her fucking walk cycle.
It's really
funny.
interesting.
It tells me so much about her in the same way Yuki-chan's does.
The weird, the thing that's burned into my brain with Tomi Kisaragi is just her skirt shake when you select her in the
Yes.
menu.
Yes.
It's seared into my head more than any of the other those animations.
There are specific flourishes that just stand out about many of the characters. But, the important thing to remember about Tomi Kisaragi is Nenji Ongata described her as dog-faced. So that's...
Yes.
Oh yeah, that was great.
Which is in the fucking mystery files as a Japanese slang.
It's really good. It basically means your features are too close on your face.
Yeah.
You know how hard it was not to just also put Ogata in this list, but I'm like, I'm not going to have all three.
Well, see,
I refuse.
I had to restrain myself from being like, Dan, put in Okina so I can replace Juro. But we're not doing that.
I could.
Hey.
Okay.
What you doing?
Okay, yeah.
Do it. Do it and replace Juro.
Okay, sure. Yep. Okay.
Yeah, this game annihilated this category. It's kind of messed up.
Yeah, it's really fucked up because I was thinking about various moments with Ogata, who I will not put in any of my lists, but just some things he says just fucking really, really hit me. Where it's like, they're like, you're a piece of shit. He's like, oh yeah, that seems pretty
Reasonable.
I still love the interaction between him and Juro when Ogata proclaims his love.
He's like, I thought that was really cool, Ogata. He's like, oh, that makes it worse.
Oh, that makes it worse, man.
You're doing it on open communication. Like, I thought it was cool.
And he's like, oh no. I also really liked his epilogue where he meets his Bancho rival and is like, come here, man.
Yeah. God, Ogata is too good. It's rough.
God.
Okay, so we need a break. We need a break from the 13 Sentinels. I'm good. It's a Simon Krieger. Had no idea this was fucking Troy Baker. The performance in this game, he's the highlight. It's so good. It's so funny. He's so fully realized as a Silicon Valley piece of shit.
Yeah, finding all the audio logs with him too is also great.
I know.
I am doing everything in my considerable
power
to get you that. Don't you think I'm trying to get you that?
Don't you think I would have that here right now if I could? Okay, then.
Whatever. Have you heard of deepfakes?
We're building the future, but we can't build the future if we get shut down. So give us your phone.
God, nails it. Really, truly nails it. There's a scene surrounded by supervillains, right? And somehow he comes out as the biggest piece of shit. He just goes, see? Leverage.
That is just God. Troy Baker is surrounded by these types, so he's like, oh, okay. Let me just go through my brain.
Let me just pull up my Rolodex. Oh, man. Real quick, I just want to say there are some great people on this list, We got GPU, we got Dusa, we got Carlos, we got all sorts of characters. There are so many great characters. And
There's there's also 13 Sentinels, half of the cast.
I feel like we should have to do a 13 Sentinels ranking video, but
That's what it feels like now. Jesus.
You know, I feel like it. Maybe I could have even approached to considering Tomi Kisaragi for my list, but my brain got poisoned when I figured out, oh my god, she's just the cat from Persona 5, and then my brain got damaged bad.
wow.
It really?
Huh.
I thought I heard it, but then I thought I looked it up and it wasn't the same person.
This is a really good voice cast.
My audience loses it because I think she's been in the last
yeah,
like,
it is
four
Cassandra
Let's
Lee
Plays
Moritz.
I've done in a row.
That's funny as
People
shit.
I thought it sounded similar.
Well,
It's like
real
she's
good.
the
okay.
cat, she's this girl, she's the princess in Trails of Cold Steel.
She's also she's also Fee in Trails of Cold Steel.
She's everywhere.
She has been in like 6 of the last 8 games I've played because she's also Beffica Winkle Snoot and Bugs.
Of course.
You know, this is how you know Aggro's not involved with Game of the Year list. Beffica would have made it.
Yeah, it's rough. Like she's like when I did Let's Plays for like 2 straight years, and I'm like, can I please get one game that doesn't have Wendy Lee?
No, she's a treasure. You can't.
I'm sorry. It is
Can
law.
I get Wendy Lee doing a different voice?
No.
Damn it.
I'm torn between 3 different people, and it's a real trouble. I'm going to do best value, Juro.
Yeah, I knew it. So much value in that pick.
Oh, yeah, for sure. You know, there's just all the different facets of their personality as shown off across multiple different instances. You know, I'd just go into detail, but we would be here for a while talking about how fucking great Juro is in all their forms. So we're not going to worry about it. We're just going to leave it at that. And I will start tabulating, and then we will have to bleed.
Yes.
Dan,
What's up?
out of everyone we picked, 25% are not from 13 Sentinels.
Yeah, not surprising. I'm really glad everyone was able to play it before we did this.
Everyone
Yep.
on planet Earth.
Well, everyone in this podcast.
Dear listeners, sorry you fucked up.
If you haven't
Game
got
of
the
the year
idea,
pick.
go play it. Right?
The audience
Yeah,
is
what the
suddenly
fuck's wrong
oh,
with you?
shit. They're like, oh shit. All they're doing is talking about one game's main cast.
Main cast of 15 characters.
We don't even have Yuki Takemiya or Chihiro.
Yeah,
And
we don't
there's
have
so many
Chihiro.
people we've left off.
I know. Yuki-chan's great.
Unlike the person who simps for her.
Yeah, I feel kind of bad.
No, he's wonderful.
No, that
He's fine.
that dude's garbage. You saw the ending of that game.
Yes, I saw him be smooth as fuck and work
Yes.
everything out.
Yeah, that's what he did flawlessly.
He does a backflip and falls on his head. It's like nailed it.
It feels like that sometimes with Shu. Okay, I think I wrote everyone out here. Let me know if I missed anyone.
Here, this is just what Shu is according to Dan and Bob, I guess.
Check shit out, motherfucker. I slide one foot out from under me and fall on my ass. It's not clear what kind of move I was trying to do.
Okay, guys, here's a problem. Okay. We have a 3-way tie for first place.
God.
And then a bunch of
Oh,
runners up.
shit.
Literally no one who isn't in 13 Sentinels made it in here.
I know it.
Yeah, the system works.
Here's the problem, Phil. I would have had you on Tsukino if I could have voted for 4 people. Because I feel a little bit stronger about Simon Krieger than Tsukino. But unfortunately, Tsukino's in the runners-up because I didn't vote for them. So here's what we got to do now, I guess. We got to take these 3,
Uh-huh.
Okay.
being Tomi
All right, one
Kisaragi.
important correction. It's Tsukasa Okino.
Tsukasa Okino. Okay.
This entire time I'm like, am I wrong or am I insane?
Does he have Kino in his name twice?
Yeah, that's what I was not able to cope
He's
with.
Kino Fabino. What is
What's the problem?
I wouldn't be able to handle that.
There we go. Got the name right. Sorry, everyone. If you played the game, you would probably empathize because there are 45 names.
Many of which are for one character.
That is correct. Okay, so we got Takatoshi Hijiyama, Juro, and Tomi Kisaragi, three-way tied for first place. So we each get 2 votes. God help us. Feel.
Tomi Kisaragi. And Hijiyama.
Bob.
Tomi and Juro.
KZ.
Tomi and Hijiyama.
What's it gonna be, Dan?
Fuck.
Yakisoba Pond, man.
I'm also I voted for Hijiyama in part due to his relationship with Okino.
It's so good.
This is complicated. I'm going to vote it the way I want to. Tomi Kisaragi and Juro. So we have a 2-way tie.
I don't know if any of us are moving.
It's okay. We'll just do it again and get 1 vote each, and clearly people will change their mind. That's going to happen here. We're going to have a discussion, and it'll work out, okay? We're going to figure this out. Okay, so we got Juro and Takatoshi Hijiyama. Hear me out, okay?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I guess that is a way to look at it. Okay, how about this? Listen, I love Juro. Juro's going to get 3rd place, even if Juro loses this tiebreaker right now. So that seems good enough, you know. Most fucking he's in 3rd place for characters that are 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim characters, but apparently he's better than every other character this year in any other game. But hear me out. This is the way I can switch, and it's the way that Juro gets rationalized as high as I picked him, okay? Can we get the future Takatoshi who's a fucking Chad and loves his boyfriend?
Well, that obviously is part of the character.
Yes.
They're very different, but so is Juro. But man, he's such a fucking mega Chad. He's built like a fucking brick house in the future.
Yes.
Yeah, he's enormous.
It's unreasonable.
Of course we will of course count those, because every time they show future characters, I'm like, yo.
Yo.
And I'm like, oh man. I'm getting aroused as I look at older Sekigahara.
See, that's funny. I don't even remember what older Sekigahara looked like.
He just looks more angry.
every fucking hard ass assassin character.
Okay, so unless somebody has major arguments to be made, which
I maintain,
I'll hear out.
Hijiyama spends the last third of his thing just on the ground looking for change. He spends one scene eating 7 fucking basically sub sandwiches.
He's like, it's basically.
He does one as the scene fades out, and I almost.
He's like, God. You think you can make my dick hard and give me money? I'm gonna eat these 8 sandwiches.
I'll show you. I'll spend my whole allowance, Daddy.
God.
Yeah, that was what a fucking game.
Yeah.
Yeah, I guess I'm okay with landing the split like this then. I guess I'll concede my vote for Juro to keep the peace. Because I don't dislike Takatoshi.
Yeah, no, Takatoshi's still great.
It's funny. Go ahead.
I still think Juro's insane future plans where he'd act out Terminator 2 are really amazing.
Mm-hmm.
And his cat persona is astonishing.
Yes. Absolutely.
Where he convinces her, God, Megumi, that she's a magical girl and she won't buy it at all.
Girl, here's your gun.
She's like, do I have to use a gun? He's like, what, would you feel better with a wand? Just go shoot him.
And even the completely lame Kurabe one grew on me just because of how lame he is.
Yeah.
Yes.
I like that he's like the milquetoast nothing anime boy, but that's fine because it's literally because his brain collapsed and they had to try and cobble something together. Of course, he's kind of shitty and hollow.
Yeah, I thought that was brilliant the way that played out.
Yes.
It's like, he's the center of a harem anime. Of course, his character sucks. Oh no, it's Kino. Okay, well then that makes our top 3 characters of 2020: Tomi, Kisaragi, Takatoki, Fujiyama, and Juro. Tomi stands keep winning.
Yeah, apparently, I can't complain.
Runner up the entire rest of 13 Sentinels cast.
And Simon Krieger and Carlos. Oh, and Dusa. Dusa's great.
I mean, Carlos is the only one of these people who can punch a monster and then shoot them in midair as they fall backwards.
Have you seen Takatoshi in the future?
We didn't see him commit.
Okay. Well, maybe they'll make a sequel.
I bet A Sekigahara could do all of that.
Probably.
I think A Sekigahara spent most of the game saying, I'm going to say a curse word.
I blinked and he's suddenly behind me with a gun.
Yeah, that's what he looks like. He looks like the main character of Hotel Dusk, room 1215.
Oh my god.
Oh my
God.
You pulled out your gun and it's not set to stun.
Jesus. The next category, best old game we played in 2020. The candidates are the entire Danganronpa franchise. This seems like cheating. Eternal Ring, Evergrace, Dynasty Warriors 5, Parasite Eve, Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time, Devil May Cry 3 Switch Edition.
I hate being written like that. No.
Friends of Mineral Town, ... maybe. Fallout New Vegas and Zero Time Dilemma. We gotta get Danganronpa down to one game. That's cheating.
Fine,
Yeah,
V3.
Yeah, pick V3 like a normal person.
They're all really close together except one, which is like way below the other 3.
There we go.
Okay. I'm gonna say we get 3 votes. Who wants to go first?
I can go first.
And you can fight Jiren? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you fight Jiren.
Danganronpa V3.
Tell me why.
It's immaculate. It's perfect. Everything in it is perfect. Every character that's a dipshit is a dipshit in exactly the right way. The music is incredible. It has immaculate style and presentation. It has a moment at the start, within the first couple hours, where you're like, oh, that is on par with the shit in 13 Sentinels.
Okay.
Where it's like, this is incredible.
I played this at launch. It feels right.
Okay. What else?
Fallout New Vegas.
Okay.
Still the greatest game ever made.
Whoa!
I'm using
Which is hard.
hyperbole.
That's on a Bethesda engine, so it's working with a debuff.
I mean, all I'm gonna say, like, Fallout New Vegas came out 2011? I think it was 2011. So 9 years ago.
2010.
10 years ago. 10 years ago. Every day on my timeline, I see something related to Fallout New Vegas. Either someone playing it again, some insane meme about Easy Pete, the guy that won't give you his dynamite to help you save the town, making fun of Caesar, because there's a guy pretending to be Caesar in Fallout New Vegas. And I have not seen anything related to Fallout 4 since that game came out, which shows the power gap. And last one, Zero Time Dilemma. The most unbelievable. It's just like, imagine if 13 Sentinels was Saw and also really hacky.
Yes, you fucking nailed it.
Okay. We go to you next, Bob.
Okay. Devil May Cry 3 Switch Edition.
Switch edition.
The ultimate version of Devil May Cry.
Yes, for those who don't know, this is literally the best one you can buy. It has faster load times than any other version. It has a new weapon wheel switcher for your weapons. And you have a built-in style switching. Something you can only get with the mod on PC elsewhere. This is the ideal version. It should be put on everything. It's really great.
Yeah.
Okay. Now it becomes hard. A Ratchet and Clank Crack in Time.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I think we thoroughly concluded it's probably the best in the entire series.
Yeah. In Dynasty Warriors 5.
Which is absolutely the best in that series.
Yes, unfortunately, the one on the PS2 was their magnum opus.
Yep. We'll go to KZ. KZ?
I'll throw him a bone. Yeah, Danganronpa V3.
Okay.
When I look at this list, I'm like, that is a fantastic game. It nails everything. It's really rewarding coming off of the other games. How this does stuff. The UI design is killer. All the characters are wonderful. Acted pretty well as well. Just across the board, they're just nailing it. This next one I think is incredibly funny. Fallout New Vegas, because I put it on this list. I did not expect Phil to say the things he said, where he's like, the best game of all time. Because my follow-up is, yeah, it's in my top 3.
Of course, you're smart.
It's so fucking good because it takes the parts of Fallout 3 that work, where you're exploring a world and scavenging and stuff, but they put a real RPG in there with an insane amount of quests where your choices actually do matter. There's not always the right choice in things. I did a playthrough of it the past 4 days by just shotgunning 10-hour sessions of it.
Jesus Christ.
Where I couldn't stop. I just kept going. And I went to one specific area, Camp Golf, which has one part of the military faction in there. And it has some dipshit losers who are really bad and are not suited for combat, I guess. And they're like, help them get into shape. And I'm like, okay, I'll go do that. And they're like, can you go and forge our documents to say we pass? And I'm like, that sounds hilarious. Sure. So I hack a computer and make it so that they get straight A's. And one of the dialogue things from Liam O'Brien, a man who voices 40% of the game's characters, says, hell yeah, we don't need to see combat. 30 hours later or whatever, I beat the game, and they show you the endings for various things, for Caesar's Legion or the Followers of the Apocalypse. Then they go, at Camp Golf, the NCR saw combat there, and that crew, a few of them died. The rest of them were court-martialed and hung. Because you forged their things, they don't tell you the consequence until you beat the game of they didn't get training. They slacked off. They're all dead in some way, either by their superiors or by brutal combat.
Jesus Christ.
And I think that describes why that game fucking rules.
Yeah. Yeah, that's pretty
yeah.
fucking hype.
I adore that. Just really, really good. I only have one more slot here. Let me look. God. I haven't played a Crack in Time. That's tragic, so I can't.
Yeah, if
I
only
can't pick
Sony would
that.
offer a goddamn way for you to do that.
Right.
That'd be great if anybody at that company, actually, I'm sure people at that company, they just don't have enough power to make it happen.
Yep.
Now, you see, so many of the rest of these are loaded with games you guys have played that I would never play except for Parasite Eve. I just haven't gotten to that one. Feel you win. I'm picking Zero Time Dilemma. It's
Yes!
my only other option.
You have played that, right?
I have.
Did you
Okay.
play it this year?
Yeah, he.
Oh, shit, you're right. I didn't play that this year. Well, then I can't pick Danganronpa V3 either.
Oh, no. I'm sure.
Oh, okay.
We didn't have this rule last year, by the way.
Oh, I didn't realize. I thought that was just what was expected of the
Okay,
year.
you're right, because you're right. We didn't have that rule last year. Whatever, it's their fucking call.
It's up to you, Dan.
You're the boss. You're the boss, man.
That puts me in a situation, right? Because, like, what are we going to do? Hey, guys. It's November. I started making a new document for Game of the Year categories. I played this game. Oh, yeah, it's a great game. Yeah, I'm hoping to get it through on Best Old Game of 2020. Well, I would have your back, but that would require me to play it. It doesn't sound like a situation I want to arise ever.
Okay.
Well, I have played these.
Right. But the joke is I don't want to go back and play an old game again to vote for something that I know is like, say next year, right?
That's insane.
Say next year, KZ's like, I played Dynasty Warriors 5 myself and have seen the light. Then we would have to go play Dynasty Warriors 5 to vote for it. Now, obviously, I have no actual problems with this. That game's immaculate. But if I was strapped for time, that would suck.
Right.
If Casey says the day before we record this next year, yeah, I had free time and did it. It's really great. I'm putting it on the list. Dan's like, no, I don't have time. No.
Feels just
Why
like
is everyone turning into Yogi Bear?
feels like, hey, Daniel, did you actually play that game in order to vote for it? And then I just look at him and I go, yes.
He's sweating intensely.
Just fucking lying.
Hey, Dan, did you really play Dynasty Warriors 5?
So are we able to just vote on the things in the list?
Yeah, I'm gonna allow
okay,
it.
cool. Lock it in then.
Evergrace, you fucking cowards. Name one other video game where you go.
The only part I watched was the bad part.
Which part was the bad part? The part with giving the god baby a heart attack?
It was the grinding.
Oh, the grinding's great.
Wait.
Yeah, Eternal Ring had the God Baby.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah.
That's true. Evergrace. Sorry. I'm mixing up fucking FromSoft PS2 launch titles by name because they literally name them so they alphabetically go right next to each other and share most of the first 4 letters.
Evergrace. Eternal Ring.
Yeah.
Ever Ring. Eternal Grace.
Eternal Grace.
Avowed.
Elden Grace.
You know what? No, I'm going to give it to Evergrace. Never mind.
Yeah, Evergrace does have an immaculate style. If came back for Dark Souls 2.
I wish the art style element of it did.
Yeah.
You know, I wish Dark Souls 2 had crazy magma bird that talks to you and is like, yeah, I'm a human. And you're like, no, you clearly aren't. Evergrace has a lot of really fun shit in it. It's a real fucking tragedy that, you know, they made a sequel eventually and it was just bad. It's not like this one in structure and in so many different ways. Evergrace soundtrack is really, really cool, and I wish we got more music like it because, man, what a fucking eclectic sound. So I'm going to give it to Evergrace because if I have to do a split on FromSoft PS2 launch titles, which I feel like I should because there are other games over there that I need to vote for, I'm going to split on the side of Evergrace.
Yeah, Evergrace definitely a better game than Eternal Ring. Eternal Ring really just has that.
It's really strong ending. Incredible ending with the Minecraft sword.
Sword.
Yes. So good. So good.
Man, I only saw it and I know that once I saw, so this is and then it just hard cuts to something completely different.
Yes.
Yeah, the end of that game is incredible.
If you're listening to this podcast and you haven't seen the end of the Eternal Ring stream, please just go find the live stream and play the ending for yourself, like the last 40 minutes, 30 minutes, because Jesus Christ. Okay, so I'm going to go with that. I'm going to go with Dynasty Warriors 5. Dynasty Warriors 5, let me explain. They tried to experiment a little bit in the early Dynasty Warriors games to figure out what sort of combo system, what sort of equipment system, what sort of leveling system makes sense, works well, and can work on a large enough scale for enough different characters. 5 nails all of that, has drastically better graphics than 4, has an amazing soundtrack closer to 3 than 4's. It's one of the best in the series. It is one of my favorite PS2 games. And I really hope sometime soon we get to see a Dynasty Warriors game as good as 5. Because, man, that most recent one was garbage. And most of them since have been downhill from that. So it really sucks anytime you love a franchise and people are like, what should I play? And you go, oh, this PS2 game. Like, that sucks. I don't want to do that anymore. So Hopefully they top that. The next game and the last one I'm voting for is Ratchet and Clank: A Crack in Time. Ratchet and Clank series is really good. I really did fall in love with that series this year. This is almost definitely the best one. There were only very, very shortcomings, and they were super mild.
Right, and most of them was plot related. It's like, it's fine. It's Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
You played it for like 30 hours in one sitting.
Yeah, so I'd say it deserves to be best old game. Any game that I could sit it down and play for 32 hours or whatever is it's got to be pretty good, right?
I hope.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't like a stream goal. We weren't forced to do it. No one made us do that. We were really enjoying it.
And then lost our minds. Ordered some Zaxby's chicken and kept going.
Yes, that gave us the strength to keep going. We would have preferred Raising Cane, but they're nowhere near here. I'm tabulating. Okay. So we have a 5-way tie for first.
God, what a
I
mess.
knew that was gonna happen.
Right. There's like no way this whole category can turn out like neatly because none of us played the same games.
So hear me out. What if we just go to a random number generator, set the upper cap to 20, roll it 5 times, and rank it accordingly?
Sure, go ahead.
Okay,
I'm
good.
up for
The
that.
alternative was me telling you about Fallout New Vegas quest for an hour straight.
Yeah, I mean,
And then I just am like, yeah, but it plays like a Bethesda game, so I can't even care.
I would.
I mean, I would have just given up and given it one vote to A Crack in Time because I don't care that much about Zero Time.
I can't believe this number rolled. One moment. So the first number it rolled out of a max of 20, and by first number I mean I closed my eyes, clicked 3 times, opened my eyes, and clicked one more time. It rolled a nat 20 on Ratchet. The next number is 14. This is insane. I love this.
Okay, I support this.
Danganronpa gets 18.
Powerful. Talking about it must be great.
Fallout New Vegas gets 15. And
Okay, I'm okay with this.
Zero
method.
Time Dilemma gets an 11. This is actually... We hit a random number generator and we all went, okay.
Sure.
I'll take it.
Sure. Our taste is immaculate. The thing I like made it into the top 3.
I'm losing it. This is insane.
You know, I respect this. Let's never do this again.
Well, it makes sense on a 5-way tie on games that not all of us have played.
Oh, yes, of course, here.
Yes, no other category is like this. Okay.
I hope.
Oh man, we did it. I did a really good job of playing basically every game that's nominated, but outside of this category because this category is a lot, you know.
Right.
Okay, so from top to bottom, realistically, it's a 5-way tie. But hear me out, audience.
Hear me out. Fuck you, I rolled, I win.
Ratchet Clank: A Crack in Time gets first place. Danganronpa gets second. Danganronpa V3 specifically. Fallout New Vegas gets third. Dynasty Warriors 5 gets fourth. And Zero Time Dilemma gets fifth. I think this is fair, and that worked out really neatly.
Yeah, I like seeing Zero Time Dilemma on the bottom. So for some reason, that makes me happy.
Okay, there we go. Just going to paste that in there.
And as you've seen, we care more about Zero Time Dilemma than Parasite Eve.
Sure.
Yeah, I agree with that. Having played both.
Is there a fantastic last arc that lasts an hour straight about cum in Zero Time Dilemma? The fact you're having to think worries me.
Right.
Not literally.
Okay, well, with Parasite Eve, it's all about sperm for the last, 2 hours.
I feel like it's more like 3 hours.
There is something very, very close to, we need the ultimate super cum in Zero Time Dilemma.
Yes, absolutely.
God.
They need the ultimate super gum.
Well, is there a monster boss that has some questionable design choices?
God. Oh, they don't.
Oh no,
They don't
no,
know.
there's just-
I didn't show it to them.
Oh no.
So guys, there's a form of the final boss of Parasite Eve that looks like a GT character but has a giant nutsack coming out right below its tail that looks like a dick.
Oh, I've seen that.
It's unreal. We started wheezing and crying on stream.
They should put that in Kingdom Hearts and make it a Heartless.
He changed from a baby into that, and then I was like, I'm an adult now. I am mature. I watch anime.
Casey, if they put this one creature into Kingdom Hearts, it becomes M.
No, of course they'll have to clean it up slightly.
It becomes
They
a
can
tiny
do it.
penis tail
Oh, okay.
instead of a giant penis tail. Okay, the next category we're doing is gonna hurt. Best soundtrack.
Oh, this is gonna be hard.
Yeah, it is, motherfucker. You get 2 votes right off the bat.
At least there aren't that many games in it.
Yeah, I could
fuck
add
me.
more, but I'm not gonna.
Yeah, why add a game just to see it hit a wheat thresher?
Right?
Especially since nobody else played it. So like, what's the fucking point?
Okay, so the nominees are Doom Eternal, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Streets of Rage 4, 13 Sentinels Aegis Rim, and Hades. We go in 2 votes or 3 votes, gentlemen?
2 is what
I'm fine with 2.
Okay.
All right, that's fine.
Okay. We'll start with KZ.
Final Fantasy VII Remake. I adore pretty much every aspect of the soundtrack. It elevates this game in ways I always want in a game, where they, through the use of a dynamic soundtrack, make it so as you're playing, the music changes. You feel this a lot when you're going through various bosses where they have 4 or 5 parts in it. Maybe you're fighting the motor ball at the end of the game, and you look up that track and it's 24 minutes long because there's like 11
Yeah, it's nuts.
yeah, and there's every single phase in it, and people found out it's like some of it just has stuff from the original, some of it's new, some of it's ripped from sequences from Advent Children. It's going nuts. There's like 5 different versions of the battle theme. I'm a big fan of stuff like Rufus Shinra's theme, which combines the actual like boss theme with the Shinra main theme, and each phase is even better. The last phase of the Genova boss fight, through its music, felt like a religious experience. It's like my soundtrack of the gen. So that's my first pick. This is fucked up what you've done.
Mm-hmm.
with every single one of these other ones. I can't speak to Streets of Rage 4 because I did not play that, but I did play everything else on here. And all the other ones are so fucking good.
Yes.
Like they're all like number 2 for me. I'm gonna go for Hades. I think the stuff they did on that is fantastic, and it's been stuck in my head ever since I started playing it a few months ago.
Yeah, it's a mid-aughts nu metal. It's pretty good in that way. Like just hearing the composer from Bastion straight up form a band in 2005. It's fucking good.
Yeah, I've had the riffs that play in the third area.
Elysium
just stuck. Yeah, Elysium stuck in my head. That just opening riff that plays throughout it and then goes in really hard when you do the dual boss fight.
Yeah.
There. And then the main theme's so good. That dude just cleans up, and he also voices the main character. He's such a Chad.
That's awesome.
The main character and the skeleton. But yeah, those are my 2 picks.
Okay. My first pick's going to be 13 Sentinels. 13 Sentinels is exactly what I want in a video game. Soundtrack. It's made by something like 7 different people. It's headed by the Final Fantasy Tactics composer. He's the head of the fucking composition team. The soundtrack is 4 CDs, over 80 songs, and each one is fucking incredible. Each theme is so fucking good, and not just from like a melody angle. It's not just these melodies are good. The fucking production value on these songs are incredible. The only regrettable thing, and there are games that are much worse about this, but they drop the volume of the music so that way you can hear the characters more clearly, and since there's so much spoken dialogue, it gets buried a little in some scenes, but this game's like 30 hours long. The soundtrack is so huge that you get fresh songs at a regular basis, but you do spend a lot of time at the school. But these songs have staying power, and almost every single one of them's over 8 minutes long and has amazing transitional states in each of them. Like, this is seriously my favorite soundtrack since Astral Chain. And it's not just because of the battle themes that go hard. I see a lot of people who like those. I love those themes, but it's literally all of it. There are very few songs on this soundtrack that I didn't find great within the game, and listening to it outside of the game, just absolutely fantastic. Really glad I could pick that up, that album. My second place is going to go to Doom Eternal. That fucking soundtrack slaps goddamn hard as hell. It is so fucking good. And honestly, gonna be frank, Doom Eternal's robbing Hades here. Like, if I could vote for 3,
It really is.
Hades would be.
You know what? My vote was a pity vote, man.
You're like, obviously,
I'm like-
Doom Eternal's gonna take sweeps, but I'm like, I don't know. We only get 2 votes.
Yeah, I know. You made it 2, and I'm like, I'll go Hades because they're pretty close.
Yeah.
Yeah, to me, it's like the Doom Eternal is like the Chad version of the Hades soundtrack, and it's really bad.
It's just
And
harder.
Of course, it's Mick fucking Gordon.
Right.
And then you boot up his track, the track for this game that you think of, which is The Only Thing They Fear Is You, which plays the first time you fight the Marauder. And the
It's
drop
good.
in that is so otherworldly.
Yeah. Literally, that was going to be my soundtrack of the year, and then I played 13 Sentinels.
It rocks so much ass where I'm like, I might like that song more than fucking the main song that plays in the original Doom 2016 BFG
Yes.
edition.
Yes, I think so, honestly. I do like Doom Eternal soundtrack more than Doom 2016. I think some of the songs hit really hard. The production value is fucking incredible. It's a fucking shame about the album for that.
Yeah.
I was
They
really
let him
bummed out.
let him just go harder on guitars because the policy for 2016 was don't use guitars. So for most of the time they didn't until he finally said, Can you just like listen to the song?
Please God.
Please, sir.
So he just got free reign on this one and clearly just went nuts.
Yeah. So those are my 2. God, what a it's been a great year for music, honestly. You know what should have made this list? Astrobot.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you were going to say The Last of Us Part 2.
Astro Spoiler. No, being completely unironic, I was listening to The Last of Us Part 2 soundtrack in lossless quality on Amazon Music HD, and while an interesting soundtrack, it doesn't step to this.
You did not need to throw in fucking all those extra qualifiers.
I'm just saying I gave it a chance. I went back and listened just in case. I was like, hey, maybe not a fan of the game, but I love the soundtrack. And I'm like, soundtrack's nice. I don't know. It's no 13 Sentinels. Bob.
13 Sentinels. Okay. That soundtrack really did blow me away. I think that whatever her name is for that pop idol version of her.
Oh, the fucking chill city pop vibes to relax to and study.
Yes. That playing during a battle was one of the best scenes in anything I've played in a long time.
Yeah, no,
that literally like
a huge
floored
moment.
me.
A huge moment.
I'm with you. That one where it's like that's gonna play until a certain thing, and it kind of like hits you real hard by the end of that.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And also the main title screen music that plays after in like the last combat thing when they say you're 75% done, and then they fucking play the hook of the main theme of the game, which I think might be one of my favorite moments of the entire year.
Yeah, it's a really
that was a moment of this game works. Where it's like, I understand what you want for this combat system. You want this right here. And you want me to feel like I'm shitting my pants because I was dying.
And then
because when the hook played, when the hook played, my health was at 10%.
holy shit
on the base. And there were missiles everywhere.
So yeah, that and every other part of the soundtrack is great. Like Dan was saying, like even just their mystery theme sticks with me really hard.
I like that little sound cue that plays.
Mm-hmm.
That's like just a few notes when it's like, oh no, weird shit's about to happen.
Yes. And then my runner up is Streets of Rage 4. I enjoyed that soundtrack a lot.
It's real good.
Just all the old callbacks and then just really well done new songs.
Yeah, it was pretty good when that one part of that one level becomes a more realized version of the Go Straight theme.
Yes, is that when the car crashes and it just goes into a totally different thing?
No, that would have been when they crashed the boat.
Oh yeah,
and you get onto the harbor, and then at the end of that level, it starts going into the traditional, Streets of Rage music for a bit. It's really good.
Yeah, it's a really great soundtrack.
Yeah, it is. That would have been probably number 4 for me. These are all really great soundtracks, just to be clear.
Yeah, the only reason I didn't nominate Doom is literally it's not as much my thing. I totally respect it, but I don't enjoy it as much.
Mm-hmm. Okay. I'm actually trying to find the name of that specific song we were talking about in the 13 Sentinel soundtrack. Anyways, Feel.
13 Sentinels.
Okay.
And Final Fantasy VII Remake.
Okay. FF7. Oh. Well, tabulating this, 13 Sentinels gets first place. Let me see. Ooh, interesting. So we have a 3-way tie for third.
We don't even get to argue about Final Fantasy VII.
Okay, this is funny as hell. I did not set that text to be larger. It just is. Doom Eternal.
Now off the subject, because since it locked into second, there was one thing about 7 Remake soundtrack that I didn't mention. I love some of the new stuff so much that they did, where they got the composer, because it's mainly done by the composer of Final Fantasy 13, whose name has escaped me at this moment alone.
Yeah.
So, some of the new stuff, like the collapsed expressway theme, that goes with a completely different, like almost like party rave track vibe. Like as soon as you hit combat in that, it sounds so unlike what you were going to expect.
Oh,
that was really good.
You're talking, of course, about the area with the cars and everything that you're moving via the crane arms.
Yeah.
That's the best theme in that game. That song is so good.
One of the best remixes is when you fight the dipshits.
Yes.
Bwarm, bwarm, bwarm. And it's just good. It goes crazy. The new boss themes, like they use the one they use for the ghost fight, I think is really epic and dope. When you fight the Dirge of Cerberus, like replacement, like goblin men, there's like a completely Final Fantasy 13 ass song that plays. I love that too. They have like a really good mix of remixes that sound close enough that you would expect. Some that go in completely different directions, but the new stuff's also really, really, really good.
Okay, so we gotta resolve this 3-way tie though.
Oh God.
We each get 2 votes. The choices are Hades, Streets of Rage 4, and Doom Eternal. We're gonna go to Bob first.
Streets of Rage and Doom.
We're gonna go to KZ.
Hades and Doom.
We're gonna go to Feel.
Hades and Doom.
And I'm gonna do the same thing, Hades and Doom. So Doom Eternal gets 3rd place. Hades gets runner-up. Streets of Rage 4 is cast into the pit with all the other games that didn't make it to the list. I'm sorry.
Maybe I would have voted for Streets of Rage 4 if I had heard their rendition to Go Straight before this, but I didn't.
That's okay. It's a really great soundtrack. People should check it out if they haven't. Just like Hades, which is runner-up.
I'm sorry, Hades. You were surrounded by
I know. You think we're gonna get this lucky next year?
Yeah, no. The only.
I don't. Yeah, I don't know how you would. I don't see some sort of mega Chad team of composers run by the tactics guy next year. Speaking of which, for anyone who doesn't realize, that's who the Basisscape company is. That's the logo you see alongside Vanillaware at the opening of the game. That's his company that is heading up the composition team. And I'm like, God damn, what a Chad.
Yeah, this was a superb year where I go. Doom Eternal's like in my top 3 soundtracks of the gen.
Mm-hmm.
And I already said 7R was at the top there. And Hades could not hang.
Yeah,
No, it really couldn't.
It's tragic. I love that soundtrack.
And it's like at least an 8.5 out of 10 for me. But York.
Yeah, I don't even like the FF7R track, and Hades can't hang with the rest of these guys. It's really rough.
Okay. So, once again, that list is best soundtrack of 2020. 13 Sentinels, Final Fantasy VII Remake, Doom Eternal, and Hades. Man, 13 Sentinels fans keep winning.
Yes.
Holy shit, they have won 3 categories.
I'm very much very interested for the final podcast we do.
It's gonna be really funny.
It's gonna be fucking hilarious.
Maybe.
Hilarious? Maybe. This is the goofiest fucking category we've ever had.
Sure.
I think so, because the candidates are insane.
All right.
Best game we played once. The candidates are Fae Tactics, Jet Lancer, Eternal Ring, Ratchet Clank: A Crack in Time, Crash 4, and Evergrace.
This is funny. I couldn't think of a single game I only played once.
Well, technically, we only played A Crack in Time once. Phil was the one who pointed that out. He's like, you played it all in one stream, but you only played it
once. For 34 hours straight.
Like, I tried, and I'm like, no, I've come back at least another time on everything else.
See, I can't put Streets of Rage 4 here because I also came back and played more of that.
Did you come back, KZ, and play more of Soul Seraph?
That was last year, wasn't it?
That's what it was. God, this year has been 8 years long.
That is correct. Yes, it has been.
God, that was close. I was a little scared there, man.
Okay, so we got 6 games. This is a really dumb category.
Yeah, it really is.
This is another one where we can easily just use a random number generator.
I think that's where we're going to end up. We get to vote for 2.
Okay.
Casey, do you have any games on this list?
Dan?
You can abstain. You're allowed.
Right?
Yeah, no, that's fair.
No, you're gonna have to make arguments, and I will award people votes based on their arguments for the games.
Okay. Since I get 2 votes, here I go. I'm gonna say Ratchet & Clank: A Crack in Time. Ratchet & Clank: A Crack in Time is a delightful game. I don't believe you even need to be a Ratchet fan to enjoy it. It has very, very fun gameplay, polished gameplay. It is one of the best entry points for the Ratchet series, except for the whole plot thing, which is still, honestly, in the grand scheme of things, doing better than Into the Nexus and other games.
Yes, it sure is fun.
Into the asshole.
Yeah, into the asshole.
Evergrace is a hilarious game. That's great in specific ways. It's a best style sort of great. Okay, hear me out.
God damn.
In the game,
Okay, Thor High Heels, give it to me.
see, that's the thing. I've loved this game for 20 years. Fucking Thor High Heels comes out and talks about it, and now everyone knows about it. Everyone,
I
the
almost
hipster
blacked
YouTube
out when he's
community.
like, it's my favorite soundtrack I've experienced all year. It's also ruined my taste in music.
That's very true. That man's very wise. That's why I'm a producer of his. Evergrace, fantastic. Weird style. It's weird in a way that I find more enjoyable than Dark Souls. It's weird in a way that there's weird abstract lore and characters that are bizarre, like a fucking lava bird made of energy that just tells you, yeah, I'm human, and you go, no, you fucking aren't. And it goes, yeah, I am. You can't check anyway, so you should probably just trust me. The state of the world is an interesting thing in where it lies between God. See, here's the problem. They made a sequel and then they tried to have a normal world and maybe sort of talk about how it connects, but I don't want to acknowledge that. So I'm not gonna. Anyways, Evergrace is really neat. The soundtrack's fantastic. The visuals are PS2 2000 game hardcore. It is an early CGI aesthetic that I kind of miss. And gameplay wise, it's like a Dark Souls that I can enjoy. So, Dark Souls for me. Hey, Bob.
Yeah.
What games?
Of course, Ratchet and Clank. I mean, we could just cheat with that one.
Okay.
And then Fate Tactics. I really enjoyed what I played of this. I should go play the rest of it.
What is Fate Tactics?
It's a or Final Fantasy Tactics like that's on Steam and involved capturing monsters. I played the demo of it in Big Think, in the middle of summer because it was during that summer game awards.
Mm-hmm.
Nightmare.
The summer
Demos.
of gaming.
The Summer of Gaming demo is released for Steam.
Mm-hmm.
And it was a lot of fun, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. And I never went back.
Okay, we're going to go to Feel.
Ratchet and Clank. Because I also played it.
Yep, he did go back and play it.
And Evergrace.
Yeah! Okay, KZ. You can ask about a game. We'll tell you about it.
Fate Tactics and Evergrace.
Okay. I'll take it. So the first place tie is between Evergrace and Ratchet and Clank Crack Time.
Beautiful.
2 games of a similar quality.
Yes?
Maybe?
Third place is owned by Fate Tactics. So we need to do a tiebreaker. I don't think we're going to be able to. No, we should.
Roll die.
We might be able to do it. Okay. You get
Roll the die.
We get 1 vote each. Ratchet deserves it more than Evergrace.
Yeah, Ratchet.
God damn it.
Okay. Feel.
Ratchet.
Okay. Wow. Okay. So Ratchet and Clank are
Fate Tactics.
And Crack and Time totally takes first place. Evergrace takes second, and Fate Tactics takes third on best game we played. What? Perhaps
Some 0.
perhaps the weirdest category we do.
Right.
No, we got to get weirder. One moment,
Oh, shit.
gentlemen.
Mm-hmm.
Most missed Taco Bell item.
Yeah.
There's nothing weird about this shit.
This is just speaking some truths.
Mm-hmm.
I noticed they tried to fuck us on this. You notice they tried to fuck us on this? They tried to fuck us on this. Can't believe they tried to fuck us. The candidates are shredded chicken burrito, spicy potato soft taco, nacho supreme, and nacho fries. They tried to fuck us. They brought back nacho fries the day of this recording.
Here's my issue.
Okay.
Taco Bell has created years ago the nacho fry. It's wonderful. It's French fries with nacho cheddar powder on it or whatever. My issue is that I'm constantly missing it because they're treating it like the Mexican McRib.
Yes, they are.
This can't pass. When I put this in here, I want it to be a permanent fixture on the menu.
Yes.
I don't
this
want
time it is.
I don't want sometimes for your menu to suck dick. All right?
Yeah.
I need this.
I totally feel you on that. So we're going to get 2 votes each. Okay. I'll go ahead and start us off. Nacho Supreme. For the love of fucking Christ, I just want a decent amount of nachos with toppings. Nacho and cheese sauce doesn't do shit for me that doesn't have toppings. I don't need a Bel Grande. What the fuck is wrong with you people? Second thing, I'm going to go ahead and go with nacho fries. I'm with KZ on that. Nacho fries are a really strong contender. They fill a spot not many things do on their menu. Nacho fries are pretty great. Hopefully they stick around someday. Bob.
Shredded chicken burrito. This is literally the only item I ordered every time I went.
Yeah.
I'd order something else with it, but I'd always have this. This is the brick and mortar. Now we're out of just shredded chicken entirely. Don't do it.
Nope, none for you.
And then spicy potato taco, also representing that spicy potato, which is now gone. And one of the best tacos ever. available at Taco Bell.
I miss their potatoes a lot. If this was a list of potato items that are gone, I would have voted for that instead of nacho fries, like the loaded potato griller.
Yeah.
I think they cut that because they cut everything. You guys know how they have that prominent placing where it's like, here's our new item. Check that out.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You know what they fucking had in that spot today when I went?
What?
Chalupa.
What?
Not even a special type.
What do you mean? Chalupa?
It just says
That's like
chalupa.
bean burrito.
Yeah.
You've been making the chalupa for like a decade, probably more.
Yeah, like 2 decades.
What next? Are they going to be like
Taco.
chips?
Yes. And then it's going to have some text that says, it's crunchy. Whatever.
Chips. Water.
Taco.
Diet Pepsi.
Burrito shell.
We're gonna go to KZ next. KZ?
Nacho fries, as you saw me campaigning there. Shocker. That's the,
Yeah.
wonderful. There's no other fry like it in the fast food pantheon, honestly, which I think is quite valuable.
Yeah.
This next one, I don't eat any of these. However, shredded chicken burrito sounds good, and I believe it's supposed to taste like hot dogs, so I'll pick that.
No, that was according to Bob, who's a fucking liar. That's how the normal chicken tastes.
Yeah, the shredded chicken tastes like shredded chicken with sauce.
Oh, okay. Well, I'll pick yours anyway because I do like burritos.
Okay. Feel?
Spicy potato soft taco. I would get it every single time I went.
Yeah, it was a fucking $1, wasn't it?
Yeah.
And fuck it, we're in hell. Nacho Supreme. Everything's a tie.
Wow.
Time to roll.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Yeah, just roll. Fuck it.
Roll the dice. Roll
the dice. If we nat one nacho fries, I may walk. We'll see. We'll see how it goes.
Okay, once again, max value of 20. I'm going to click this 3 times. 1, 2, 3, and then one more, and that's when the numbers come in, okay? First one we're rolling, spicy potato soft taco gets a 2.
Oh, no! Oh, it scored Lord of the Fallout New Vegas.
Upsetting.
The worst part is it was on 1 when I clicked the button. Like, it had rolled a 1, so I didn't even get to see it fly down. It just incremented 1 up. That hurt. Okay.
Next.
Nacho Supreme. Ooh, that's a 10. That could be pretty strong. Honestly, we rolled abnormally high numbers that other time.
We really did.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy.
Nacho Fries gets a 7.
Ugh.
Okay, so Nacho Fries could still make it on... Basically, spicy potatoes guaranteed to be on the list unless we roll a 1 for shredded chicken burrito. Shredded chicken burrito gets a 17.
The power.
So the score of a Nacho Supreme and Nacho Fries combined.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the power that Bob has. We should have known. He's so powerful.
Congratulations, Bob.
We're all so proud of you.
Thank you, everyone.
Okay. Finishing this. There we go. The list is as such for what the fuck did we call this stupid category?
How do you not remember?
Most missed Taco Bell item, right?
Pretty sure. Yes, most missed Taco Bell item. Shredded chicken burrito. Man, Bob's winning. Oh, to be fair, Bob's desire to have that is stronger than any of our desires combined.
Yeah.
Nacho Supreme, which is fair. I miss that a lot. Nacho Fries and runner-up spicy potato soft taco.
At least with Nacho Supreme, you have the replacement of you can get the Belgrande and feel like a sicko.
Belgrande.
Belgrande for El Sicko.
Yes.
Yes. You know, I'd feel bad, but whatever. Fucking, my main thing's still there, and my main vote was for a side dish.
True.
Do they do Nacho Fries Supreme? Is that still there? Are they sickos? They're like, we brought this
They
back.
did that today, yeah.
Oh my god. They're deranged.
Yeah, yes, they are. They clearly see
Brave.
people want that size.
Yeah.
Anything weirder? Uh-oh.
You know what? We'll Oh my God, what is this category? We need more nominations.
No, just do it as is.
Yeah, just do it raw. Just do it live.
We'll add things if we need to. We saw what happened to character.
Oh, that's true. That's absolutely
Doubled
true.
it. We doubled it and talked about adding 5 more.
We do not want to have appear most on Big Think Dimension in 2021. This list is even worse now, living in the modern timeline. The candidates are Smart Delivery, Phil Spencer, an Xbox game announced in 2020 having major employees leave suddenly, and Pokemon 9th Gen. Oh man, this category sucks.
True, they're all things we don't want to be on Big Think Dimension.
Oh, 100%. I want them to take
that last one would be fucking insane.
I want them to take an extra year. Please.
No, I just mean jumping into another new gen of Pokemon. Usually they'll put out another game, but it'll still sit within the current gen.
Right. That's why it'd be extra insane if it was like, yeah, no, we're already there.
You're right. I might vote for this now. Because the idea was like, oh, you're not doing that thing where you do a Pokemon game, then a remake of an old one, and then get ready to move on. Is that what we're at now? Are we moving up? You have to design a new Impadimp like?
Okay, let's start this. You get 2 votes. We'll start with Bob.
Pokemon Nice Gen.
Okay.
This is because it's Smart Deliver or the Xbox game announcement thing, but I feel like that's inevitable. We can't stop that. So I'm
Which
going
one?
The Xbox game announcement.
Oh, well.
Yeah, but I don't want it.
I don't want it either.
Look, we don't want Xbox to have to announce that major employees suddenly leave a game that was announced this year.
Yeah. We don't.
We don't want that.
Yeah, I'll do that one because Smart Delivery, they will just talk about it.
Mm-hmm.
There's no stopping them.
Just like Phil Spencer, which is why I don't get why he's on this list.
Well, he might leave, you know.
Okay, KZ?
Pokemon 9th Gen.
Okay.
Because I would lose my fucking mind if it's like, why? Literally, why? Because if they're announcing it, that means that it releases that next year. And I'm like, how'd you jump another gen after what? 2 years?
Yeah.
What are you doing? You don't do that anymore. like you do that shit still too fast for my tastes anyway. But this is even worse.
I mean, yeah, the last one was released in a state that wasn't okay, and then the DLC apparently was almost like 4 hours among 2 DLC packs.
Yeah, it was $30 for 4 hours, right?
Well, they wanted you to endlessly grind in those wild areas.
Oh, okay.
And enter the menu.
Yes.
Oh no, the wild area,
I know.
not the weird, the caverns.
Yeah,
The
no.
Dynamax adventure was a separate thing that's a menu instead of a cave because they didn't know how to have you and your friends like on the map together. They couldn't figure that out.
It's complicated. What are you voting for next, Casey?
The Xbox game announced in 2020 having major people leave. I want the illusion of things going okay.
Okay.
By the time this podcast's out, we're going to find out that everyone's left for Perfect Dark.
Fuck up.
Who said you could talk?
How dare you do this again?
It's gonna happen, but no. Come on, that game's been in development 47 years and they can't show anything. They're doomed. It's gonna be like, we were just about to start development and everybody left.
Stop it.
Hey, Phil, what are you voting for?
Pokemon 9th Gen.
Okay. This is the most psychotic entry.
And
It's also the most likely.
I guess
No, it's
Smart
not.
Delivery.
My list is the same as Bob's. Pokemon.
Oh, so it's the same as mine?
Yes. Pokemon 9th Gen and an Xbox employee leaves. Smart Delivery gets 3rd place. We're done.
Okay, cool.
We all agree
Good job,
Pokemon
Bob.
takes a higher priority because we all said it first.
Yes.
Yes.
That's math, motherfuckers. Okay, there we go. So Thing we most want not to have to talk about, a big thing to mention in 2021 is Pokemon 9th Gen, followed by an Xbox employee leaving. One of the major employees on an Xbox game announced in 2020 just leaving abruptly, and smart delivery. Thank you to all of our competitors. Please go away.
We never want to see you again.
The monkey's paw here is that they won't announce Pokemon 9th Gen, but some random interviewer will ask them about it, and that will count.
I think we'll be lucky if they don't ship a 9th Gen Pokemon this next year.
What? They're probably just gonna fucking remake an old one, and it'll still be 8th Gen because they won't add any new Pokemon or do a new region.
That would be nice.
Yeah, we can hope for that.
Yeah, that's what I'm
It'd be nice
hoping
for them to not release anything. It'd be like Pokemon Snap's enough.
The last thing I expect is for them to do something different.
Look, now they have Let's Go. Anything goes, Casey. They could just be like, well, Let's Go's are the remakes.
Yeah, that's what I'm actually max worried about, because it's just like 4th Gen gets a Let's Go, and I'm like, couldn't 4th Gen get a polished game that drains the health bar at an appropriate speed? No.
What are we doing next?
This is worst game of 2020.
Oh, fuck. Shit.
Yes.
The candidate are Battletoads, Bright Memory. Oh, weird. That third word's missing. Bleeding Edge, Crucible, Disintegration, Godfall, and The Last of Us Part 2.
Can I add Final Fantasy VII Remake to this?
You can. Good luck with that.
Yeah, it's not going to work out. I just want to point at it.
You're hilariously petty. I almost respect it.
Okay. We're going to start with KZ. What do we think, you guys? 3 votes? I mean, we should do 3.
Yeah, 3
We
sounds
should do
good.
3. Okay, we'll do 3.
If it passes 6, I feel like 3 is appropriate.
Okay, go ahead, KZ.
Crucible. Do I need to explain why that clearly is the top fucking choice? And if it doesn't get first, you guys are playing this wrong. It got thrown back into beta and then killed.
I mean, to be fair, KZ, we've played Bright Memory and Battletoads.
I know you have, but you can still play them.
Here's my argument, KZ. Crucible isn't a real game. We all imagined it.
I'm sorry. We made a bit of watching the numbers on Twitch too long to be able to do it.
Okay. What's
As
next?
funny as it would be to say we spent multiple weeks looking at ghosts. If we're looking at the rest of these here, oh no. Well, the only other 2 games I played, one of them is a good game and one of them is not. The Last of Us Part 2 is my other choice.
Okay. If you want
I
You
give it a
basically
5.
played Battletoads since I explained it to you in depth on that big thing to mention.
No, that's not the same.
If I wanted to go with that, I would make you my worst game of 2020 because I sure didn't need 35 minutes of you explaining everything about it.
Also, experiencing it firsthand is so much worse because you're like,
True.
how is it still pushing boxes? What?
Very true.
We're gonna go to Feel next. Feel.
Battletoads.
Battletoads again.
If I was allowed, I'd put all 3 on Battletoads.
Yeah. See, here's the thing, KZ. Amazon pulled Crucible because it made them look bad. Microsoft said Game Pass exists, so we're immune to criticism.
No, the difference here is people liked Battletoads. I know it's crazy too.
I don't think that's real.
It is. It's crazy.
Godfall. Because I feel like it's the only other thing on this list that's on the same level of Battletoads as this was marketed and shouldn't have even been released. Because like even Crucible is like, we didn't constantly get advertisements for Crucible. We barely knew what it was.
It was supposed to be a beta, but then it ended up being the only release of the game.
Yeah, I think I found it on Amazon's front page. Yeah, they shoved it in my face on the front page. That was what inspired.
It was already in your cart.
Yeah, that was what inspired the joke on Armchair Dev's Amazon Game Studios, where I was like, oh yeah, ask them how they're going to shove this shit down people's throats.
And Bright Memory, because it's on the same level of the first two, is like, why are you marketing this? What is wrong with you?
Yeah, that was weird. I think that's the largest bizarre
Like, that game
spot.
is 25 minutes long and bad.
Yeah, the thought that Microsoft marketed it at all. And worth noting, nothing in the trailers in the final game.
Well, that's a different game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different game.
Maybe that other game doesn't have PC options that let you completely break the game.
Yeah. Bob.
Bright Memory,
Okay.
Crucible,
Uh-huh.
and Battletoads.
Okay. So
The
Thank you.
disintegration is almost on this because it's another game that had to basically unrelease. God, it's so bad. It's
It almost
unbelievable.
unreleased. As it turns out, they got rid of all the multiplayer stuff. Like, they shut down the servers. But single player's there. A thing you didn't even know was in the game.
Yes.
okay. So my first vote's going to Battletoads, because how could it not? That thing. Let me be straight, okay? If THQ in their heyday, in their shittiest heyday you can imagine, put out Battletoads, you'd be like, dude, what are you doing? This is low even for you. The fact Microsoft did this with an IP like Battletoads, where it's like, hey, Rare has a treasure trove of IPs, make a new game based on that. And they're like, okay, we handed it to complete nobodies. We thought the game wasn't funny enough, so we hired cartoon writers. This thing's a literal nightmare and is not a beat 'em up for most of the game.
Yeah, that it devolves the mini games halfway through and never comes back is kind of crazy.
It wasn't even halfway. It was.
And it was like
a
it was like 30 a third
Yeah,
through.
yeah, that's true.
It's
Which,
it's
and you know
insane.
what? I was like, fine. Those beat 'em up levels were terrible.
They were.
I
but
laughed at
yeah.
the reviews, where some of the reviews imply it's only a beat 'em up.
Yeah, isn't that nuts?
How do you even get that impression after playing it?
They're like it's a breath of fresh air for the beat 'em up genre.
So, Bright Memory is my second. The thought that anyone gave that any attention at all is insane. And the fact that they shipped it in that state on Xbox is even more insane.
Yeah, that should not have passed any regulations.
Yeah, it has like PC-like sliders that just make the game hitch up, start corrupting the menu. Like, it's bad. It's,
Okay,
It's not
Dan?
professional, at least. Yeah, what's up?
do you think Bright Memory ruined your smart delivery?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
Oh, no.
There's no goddamn way. That doesn't make any sense.
it corrupts all accounts linked to the Xbox.
Yeah, you went and played with the menus,
Oh my god, it's like the fucking Pokemon virus.
and it's like break all licenses forever.
Okay.
Infinite.
So I get one more. It's hard to choose because while I'm critical of Bleeding Edge, I'm not nearly as critical as most people.
Yeah, Bleeding Edge looks like a Chad compared to some of these, which is kind of insane.
Yeah, compared to the other two games on my list, it looks like a quadruple Chad. So I'm making it Crucible. Crucible is it wishes it was Bleeding Edge.
Yeah, it does.
Well, we have a 3-way tie for first.
Okay, well that makes it easy. Now we only have to consider those three things. Okay.
Jesus. What a nightmare.
So our 3-way tie for first is Battletoads, Bright Memory, and Crucible. We get 2 votes each. Bob,
Oh, this is hard.
I want to argue in favor of Battletoads.
go.
They marketed this. This was a thing the whole fucking gen.
Yeah.
Battletoads popped up here. Battletoads popped up here. Oh look, Rash is in Killer Instinct. Shovel Knight had Battletoads as a boss. They made it. It was in like 4 E3s.
Yeah, they had a
They're like, oh
statue.
look, when's it
He wore
gonna
a
come?
shirt.
When's it gonna come? We're hinting at it. Then they released the worst fucking first party game ever released.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, you're right. Battletoads and Bright Memory.
Okay.
Because Bright Memory feels right. It could have broken anything.
Ever since I played Bright Memory, my controller won't stop shaking even when I take the batteries out. We go to KZ.
Ghost in it.
Sky Ghost.
Feels right about that Battletoad shit. It's like they kept putting them everywhere. Phil had that shirt on of Battletoads, and then the next year they announced it, and you're like, oh, he's paying it off with one of the worst reveal trailers you can do.
Yeah.
Come back next year.
It's all text saying, we're doing this, and they're like, with stunning, beautiful 2D animation, but they don't show any of it to you, and then you get to see it the next year and go, oh,
stunning
that's what it was.
2D animation.
Well, if you're speechless, you must be stunned.
But then it didn't come out to the following year. So this is the thing where they announced it and you had to wait 2 full years to see it, and it's that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, sure. And now you poisoned my brain, so I'm convinced your Xbox is ruined because the bright memory sold cheap over Crucible.
God damn it, Phil. Okay. Bob voted. Casey voted. Phil hasn't voted.
Battletoads.
Uh-huh.
Despite putting Bright Memory on my initial list,
Uh-huh.
I'm voting for Crucible over Bright Memory because Crucible was like, this'll save Amazon Game Studios. And Bright Memory almost feels like a joke. Like, it just feels like Microsoft was like, okay, well, what can we get? We need fucking anything. You're making one game by yourself? Sure.
I'm switching back.
You can't switch back, man.
Yes, I can.
Which vote?
Fucking Bright Memory to Crucible.
Oh, that's going to make my vote tragic.
But yeah, that's
Don't you do it, Dan.
I already
Battletoads is definitely the absolutely fucking... Battletoads is definitely the worst, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I'm also voting for Battletoads. I'm voting for Bright Memory. It turns out that guy stole assets and shit from a bunch of games. And they got some real shit for that. And he's like, it's okay, I'm paying artists now. We're going to ship a real game. So the thought that this guy, this company or whatever, this indie project, hooks up with Microsoft to hype this game as a Series X launch title, can't even deliver on the version of it that's supposed to have the subtitle of Infinite. It's nuts. This game is absolutely terrible and not even that long.
How much did they charge for it again?
I don't know, and I don't want to think about it because I bought it.
Yeah.
Is it seriously Bright Memory Infinite? Does Microsoft require you to have that as a subtitle to ship?
I don't know.
Immortals, Phoenix Infinite.
I don't know how much it was on Xbox, but Steam is trying to convince me it's
much.
only $10.
That's wrong. Let's see. The Xbox Microsoft Store, Bright Memory. Let's see. $8. Okay.
Okay, so it's on sale right now on both. So it's $10, but it was minutes long.
Yeah.
It was not very long.
30 minutes?
I think 25.
It was somewhere between 25 and 40.
Best game you play once.
So Battletoads takes first place for worst game. Bright Memory and Crucible are at a tie.
Can I switch to Bright Memory? I didn't know he stole things.
Yeah, you're right.
Pushes it over.
You're right. I hate fucking people who steal things are scum.
Okay, now it's Battletoads and Bright Memory tying for first.
Battletoads, Bright Memory, Crucible.
Okay, I'm okay with that order.
That sounds good.
Sounds great. Let's do it. Locking it in. What terrible games.
Yeah, right?
Yeah, can we get out of here?
Yes, absolutely we can. Jesus Christ.
Got anything weirder?
You know it, bitch.
Oh, ooh, pants off.
Sakino, Okino, Fabino.
No.
We're going to go ahead and do this one. It's one of my favorite categories that we do. Worst trailer.
God.
Worst trailer. Always a good category because people don't rate trailers enough. I wish we had some sort of trailer rating show, but unfortunately we do not. Yet. The candidates are World of Warcraft motion comic with Uther, where they don't shut up.
The last 30 minutes.
Fable. The Fable. State of Decay 3. Xbox Conference Halo Infinite opener where they assemble his suit. Prince of Persia remake. Dragon Age 4. test footage. Godfall, you know, the one where they cut the hip music to it and it's trying too hard. Crimson Desert and Arc 2 featuring Vin Diesel. Who put that last one on here?
I mean, it was rough.
It was funny as hell.
It was.
It was a little rough. It wasn't that bad.
It's Uncanny Valley Vin Diesel, but it's still fucking Vin Diesel.
The choreography in that's so fucking bad.
Whatever. It is fine.
You were the whole time you're just staring at Vin Diesel. It's good.
About on par with Triple X, honestly.
And that's the bar, I guess.
Yeah, apparently.
When Vin Diesel is in it, yeah, it is.
Okay, we're going to do 3 votes. I'm going to start us up. That Xbox conference opener with them assembling Master Chief suits sucked. That was a terrible opener. I don't need to elaborate. They say a bunch of vague words that have nothing to do with the plot of Halo Infinite. It has nothing to do with the brand Xbox. It's just filling time while they show you CGI of a suit being assembled. It's absolutely terrible. It totally sucks.
Yeah, they can't do that. They're not allowed to do that type of trailer anymore because they do the exact same thing when they show you the insides of a console.
Yeah, but at least that's a real thing. And I go, oh, that's what's in that console. Neat.
Yeah. It gives me target confused.
Fable. As someone who liked Fable 1, that did 0 for me. That did nothing for me. Them trying to pitch it as, hey, British cheeky humor. I'm like, okay, I can get that a million different places. I'm not excited. This
Fuck
CG
you,
trailer.
Go watch my Faulty Towers VHS tape.
I don't need, like, that's not what I'm coming to that game for. It's an all right aspect of that game, but Fable is more interesting than that, in my opinion, and they should have had a CG trailer that reflects some gameplay concepts, some story concepts, anything. But no, it's just, here's the tiniest bit of cheeky humor, and I'm like, that's doing nothing for me, man. Also, it doesn't show you're anywhere near done.
Yeah, it was as close to nothing as they could possibly show.
And I'm
the only way to be more nothing is what they did with Battletoads.
Yeah, it could have just been text that said Fable.
Or the very first Dragon Age 4 thing where it's like, here's a logo and a narration.
So this one's kind of hard for me.
Do you need people to sell you things?
No, I'm making a decision. I may change on this, but I don't feel like I will. World of Warcraft motion comic with Uther.
That's what I was going to sell you on, so it all works out.
Yeah, that thing is miserable.
It's terrible.
This trailer, everyone says it's 10 years long. It is 6 minutes and 52 seconds.
It feels
so much longer.
It feels longer than
like
Bright Memory.
Twice that long.
No, what's even funnier, the Diablo 4 trailer from last year, which I can only assume won last year's.
I'm not sure, but looking back on it, I think it should have.
I think.
Yeah, it ranked.
9 minutes 21 seconds.
Fuck off.
And that was like this lavish CG thing, but still bad. This is motion comic for 7 minutes about.
And it's lore
something
that you know that's pissing people off. That's what makes it even worse.
And it's lore about a thing I don't care about. So I'm watching this in a fucking like press conference thing.
Sometimes
like a game presentation.
I don't know, man. Sometimes that can actually get me in, where they're just like, here's cool lore stuff. I'm like, ooh, cool lore stuff. This is like, here's how we're bringing characters back in an extremely distended cutscene. I'm like, dude.
That's the big part. Like, one, it's a motion comic when World of Warcraft used to have money.
Yes. Blizzard
Two,
used to have money.
It's this reeks of desperation.
Yes.
It's like, remember the guy from Warcraft 3?
Yeah, no, it's like
he's back. And
but even then, they still have they still have money. They still do CG trailers for WoW. Remember seeing one last year, and I'm like, that's cool. I don't want to play this, but good for you.
Okay.
Just so long, just beating down on you with its length.
I don't want a 7-minute long motion comic trailer for lore for an MMO.
I don't want that for anything.
I like Final Fantasy. I want that for anything, especially an MMO. Like,
Yeah, I don't think there's anything I'd want to. I'd need a 7-minute CG trailer for.
I would take
7-minute CG trailer about lore.
I could maybe take it if it was a CG trailer. Maybe. It depends. They might be able to pull it off. Was it a motion comic? No way.
No.
Honestly, yeah, because as mean as it may sound, it's like you worked hard on drawing this, but if you're gonna do 7 minutes of bullshit lore for a game I don't play and will not play,
There better be money.
I want you to have proven that you've sunk $10 million.
Right,
Yeah,
exactly. Light some shit on fire. I want to see your money burn.
If I see you waste money, then I'm like, okay, cool.
It shows that you're invested in having me invested. We're going to go to Feel next. Now, Feel, I assume World of Warcraft's making your list.
Yeah, World of Warcraft 2, third fucking 1,000-year-long death comic. Dragon Age, the Dragon Age 4 test footage thing, because why did they show it at all? They showed like a real CG trailer like 3 months later at the Game Awards.
Yeah.
Oh my god, now I remember what this is.
Yeah, why show like a test, like a placeholder model viewing bad animations in the grid void?
Yeah, if
Why
I
the
could have a
fuck
fourth
would
place.
you show me this?
If I could have a fourth place, that would have been it easily, because, man, some of those things were like, check this out, we're working on the game. We got that grid ground, the grid ground. We got that, and a man T-posing as a physics system works.
God.
Well, it mostly works.
They keep making that mistake where they're like, we're going to be really transparent and show you what you're working on. And I'm like, that works if you are a Kickstarter or an indie studio. But when you're a major AAA thing, I'm not going to care. Like all the Final Fantasy 15 streams they did, where it's like, look at all this unfinished stuff. I'm like, I don't like this. Stop showing me this.
Yeah, like it's fine if it's 2 seconds in like your sizzle reel of, look at our badass developers working, but they like lingered on it.
And they have nothing like polished up the show.
Them showing direct feed footage of it, I also think is a little weird. Like I'd be fine with it if it's like, you can see it on the monitors there. While there's like a person there, but here it's like, look at the money shot,
and the fact that everything else was JPEGs.
Yeah,
or it's like, listen to the music as we show concept art for settings that might exist someday.
So, what's your third nomination, Feel?
Third, this is State of Decay 3, because it was a big cinematic trailer for State of Decay 3.
Okay. That's all the reasoning I need to hear.
Right?
Meaning either it's like State of Decay 1 and 2, in which case you didn't really need to do a cinematic trailer for it, because it's a survival game. Or 2, it's wildly different and everybody's going to be mad.
I'm sure it'll be fine. It's just going to be The Last of Us now. Hey, Bob.
Cool, I didn't think they could do that. That'd be hilarious.
I want to see them try.
Yeah, no, that'll be so much funnier than Days Gone. Like, it'll be a discount version of Days Gone that's trying to be Last of Us. It'll be the funniest thing we've ever seen.
Please stop. written by the guy who wrote all the bad seasons of The Walking Dead.
No, that's a fate worse than fucking death, dude.
God.
Taking it like a champ. I'm looking at footage of State of Decay 2 and kind of losing it.
Okay. Well, Bob.
Yeah.
Give me your list.
Okay, World of Warcraft.
Uh-huh.
That Ooster trailer is bad. We've talked about that a lot.
Uh-huh.
That Dragon Age thing is baffling. I can't believe they showed us that.
Okay.
And I guess I'm gonna have to side with you for Fable, Dan, because we've been hearing that this game was in development for years.
Yeah.
I was very excited to see what they'd done with Fable, and I still have no idea if they've done anything with Fable or if this will just be canceled by the time this podcast's out.
No, stop doing that.
No, they haven't done anything with Fable, Bob. They put up job listings for like every single person on that thing.
Here's how non-committed and not far along they are. They didn't even show a main character. They didn't show a character.
They didn't
showed
show
a fucking
anything.
fairy. And that fairy was eaten by the toad, so it's probably not even in the game.
Yeah, they aren't even brave enough to be a recurring joke of that same fairy constantly being eaten by a toad and having to endure that. No, that fairy just gone.
It's just that once, and Yeah, that toad's probably not even making it to the
No,
game. Hey,
definitely
KZ,
not.
what's your list?
The World of Warcraft trailer, it was really bad. There are moments when you engage with a press conference or a show, right? Where there's a bad spot where you're like, I'll just get through it. Never has it felt this bad since State of Decay 2 was shown off at an Xbox conference, and they showed it for like over 10 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
And then followed up with a Dragon Ball FighterZ trailer that was 1 minute long, and I'm like, this is fucked up. Like, this isn't even
sent to jail.
You should go to jail. This isn't fair. so that's at the top for me. State of Decay 3. My reasoning is simple. That was a really expensive trailer for what seems to be a AA game. If it's like the other two. I feel like I'm being generous on the first State of Decay. I remember seeing videos of that and it just looking rough.
Yeah.
Where it was kind of shocking that Microsoft like picked them up.
Right, but I mean that's all the devs that Microsoft picked up back then. Like literally, they bought single A, C tier games.
Yeah, it was kind of crazy. I think they were one of their first of these pickups. At least that's how I remember it. This is rough. Because there's some things I'm not going to vote for it, but I want to highlight this Prince of Persia remake trailer.
Yeah, we didn't talk about it at all.
where they tricked us into watching a trailer for a game where the environments are from a game that came out in the last few years, and the character models came from 2005.
Yeah, it was a little weird.
Yeah.
Very strange. Where it's like, oh, I'm hype. I want to see the Prince of Persia remake.
It's cool to see Spider-Man was back.
You're fucking right.
The only positive I have for that trailer.
Yep. But yeah, I won't be picking that, but I did want to at least highlight it. God. There's some bad stuff here. I don't necessarily care about the Dragon Age thing as much, but by hindsight, it definitely hurt it. I'm gonna pick Crimson Desert. That thing sucked. It was way too long.
Yeah, no,
It suffered from... Yeah.
it was for a game that's
rough.
basically already out and bad.
Like, I can't handle when a trailer goes that long with what it's showing.
KZ,
Like,
they
that's
need to do a
5.5.
flyover of every environment they've made, okay?
It was 5.5 minutes long. And I'm looking at it like the first minute and 20 seconds is just pans of environments and walking around. And it's like, if you cut that, maybe this trailer could come together a little bit better. But there's no narrative to it. It was rough. It turned into Lair though. That was cool.
And then you're like, oh, it's an MMO. It's gonna be bad.
Yeah, the frame rate dropped to 5 a bunch.
Okay, so here's what I've learned. World of Warcraft is taking this category.
Yes, obviously.
Finally, Blizzard gets a win.
Oh my god, do we have a three-way tie?
Yes.
Sorry.
World of Warcraft's taking it, but we have a three-way tie. Dragon Age 4 test footage, Fable, and State of Decay 3. Gentlemen, you get 2 votes. Bob.
Dragon Age and Fable.
KZ.
Dragon Age and State of Decay 3.
Feel.
Dragon Age. And I'm gonna go with State of Decay 3. And I'm gonna argue against Fable for anybody who voted for Fable or intends to. Fable's trailer was horrible. But that's basically what I would expect from a Fable trailer where they had nothing.
The point is they shouldn't have nothing, and that it feels like a gut punch that they showed us that.
Right, like this
State of Decay 3, the trailer is just bad and doesn't fit State of Decay.
So I'm
It
voting,
is trying to be something it isn't.
I'm voting for Dragon Age 4 test footage. and Fable. So at very least Dragon Age 4 test footage, which apparently, despite its name, was a trailer.
Strangely enough, yes.
Moved
They
up
called
to
it the
second place.
official behind-the-scenes trailer of Gamescom 2020.
God. Okay, it even has trailer in the name. Jesus.
Sure.
Death.
Sure. I'm willing to stalemate because I'm not moving from Fable. State of Decay 3, let me be clear. This is not me defending that. This is me just saying there wasn't 1 ounce. You saw that State of Decay 3 trailer, right? The implication from it is that main character, the lady in the woods, will in some way be attached to that final game. You don't even have that in Fable.
There might be a dog you fight in that Stage of Decay.
That's true.
You probably...
That trailer's tone was so insane compared to everything I've seen of State of Decay that I don't believe any aspect of that will be in the final game.
I imagine that game takes place in an evergreen forest during wintertime, possibly.
Who can say? They're hiring now.
Yeah, so I'm willing to stalemate on this. Is anyone feeling like they're going to budge?
No.
No, not really.
Nope.
Okay.
Not even feeling strong. It's just like they're both the same level of
Yeah, the State of Decay one's insane. Because it's just like, that's not what you make.
Right?
That's literally the emotion I have coming out of it.
I mean, we finished watching the trailer. They put up the title and we're like, what?
It's almost like after, like when a kid says something that's wrong and you just go, no. Like that was the emotion.
That trailer ends and it's like, what do you fucking mean that State of Decay? And it's the bad version of the Resident Evil 7 reveal trailer where you're like, this is some nuts horror game. Oh my god, it's that. Here it's, why is it that?
Just
No.
really quietly.
Like, what?
Okay, Here we go. Worst trailer of 2020 goes to World of Warcraft. Second place is Dragon Age 4. What was the full title, Phil? For the Dragon Age?
Dragon Age 4 official behind-the-scenes trailer of Gamescom 2020.
And third place is a tie between Fable and State of Decay 3. Good on Microsoft for not taking multiple slots, technically. They just took 2 in third place. Okay.
Everything's coming up Microsoft.
And all the best categories, right?
The kings of game of the year, Xbox and 13 Sentinels.
You know, they really could have taken every slot in this. Microsoft could have. We just didn't want to, nominate every single one because that Forza trailer is the same level of bad.
Yeah, but I don't remember it at all, so I couldn't do it.
Okay, we got to balance this out. Best trailer.
Yeah.
Finally.
This is a great
I
category.
feel like we've been swimming through sludge.
Yeah, a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit.
Oh.
The categories nominees are getting copied and pasted into the workspace.
I was like, yeah, this workspace still has the old stuff. What's going on? There we go.
Like, I can read it here, but then I can't alphabetize it. And honestly, it would help me read this if I could alphabetize it.
There's a lot more in here.
Yeah, no, that's the thing. People don't realize we're actually really positive guys. The best trailer category is living, thriving, so many things.
Oh, no.
It's doing way better than the worst. Anyways, here we go. Arc 2 featuring Vin Diesel.
Damn it.
Bug Snacks, the PlayStation Future of Gaming trailer. Demon Souls, they didn't specify which one. We got one.
Reveal.
Yeah, reveal works.
Okay, reveal. Devil May Cry 5 Special Edition. Of course, there was only one trailer for that. Final Fantasy 16 announcement trailer. Gran Turismo 7. Kena. Isn't there a subtitle in Kena?
Yeah, I think it's like Spirit something something.
Okay. Mario is sent to Minecraft. Min Min gets into Smash. Pragmata. Project Athia. Ratchet and Clank trailer plus gameplay reveal because it was one extended thing.
It was all connected.
Resident Evil 8 reveal. Returnal. Smash Ultimate Sephiroth reveal. Spider-Man Miles Morales reveal, and Spider-Man Miles Morales.
Why was that listed twice?
I don't know. I
That
guess
was
somebody
There was
wrote
one
it.
for the
Yeah.
reveal, and then I guess there was the second one. Can I add one since I didn't look at this since before the Game Award?
I'm gonna delete that. The second
please
Spider-Man
I
one.
don't remember the new trailer because people said it had spoilers in it.
Yeah, exactly. I didn't fucking watch that shit. Yeah. What do you want to add?
Mass Effect.
Ah!
This is not a joke.
Okay, I was like, that could have been our worst.
I know it's not. That was my self-defense mechanism.
His immune system started attacking him. He's like,
No,
no.
you wrote it wrong. It's supposed to be Mass Effect will continue.
No, it's just Mass Effect continue. You have to do it like the God of War Ragnarok.
Oh, it's like a countdown. Oh, good. That's a good one.
Okay. I'm gonna say we get 4 votes. Since there's so many good
Yeah,
candidates.
there's a lot to stuff here.
KZ, we'll let you lead the charge.
Let's see here. I'll be the first one to get to say it. The Resident Evil 8 reveal.
KZ, why?
One, we immediately were able to suss out that it was Resident Evil 8. It immediately had that vibe to it. All the locales looked nuts. The various like enemies and characters. The Chris Y. It's just a really well cut trailer.
Yes, it is.
It's something that just really gets you into that setting, and coming off of Resident Evil 2 and 3 being like, more city settings, seeing them go village with castle and vampires and
Werewolves.
werewolfmen and fucking Chris looking like that. Like, really good.
Does anyone else think Jiro Izumi shares some Chris energy?
He does.
Yes.
Yes, that you just need to Control T him in Photoshop and stretch wide.
Yeah. But shrink his head.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Just shrink head, and then you have it.
Good.
Chris,
I'll get right on that.
Fucking Chris Redfield, voiced by Ben Diskin.
Okay.
Let's see. That Smash Ultimate Sephiroth reveal trailer. He almost kills Mario, and that really sold it for me. And just how hard they go in on the references and stuff, and that really like that of him saying, "Surprise! I'm your final boss now," because that's exactly how this would work. Just really good job.
They had Sephiroth the fighters, and it just opens with him killing Frieza and Jiren at once.
God.
God. Jesus Christ. Let's go with. I would almost pick Spider-Man just based on the sheer shock of it saying holiday, which blew my ass out more than really anything else they showed in that first show. But, nah. Ratchet. We'll do Ratchet.
Okay.
I think that trailer looked insane. It was easily one of the best trailers in the year because it showcases next gen through its first trailer.
Yeah, it
where
does.
It's like, oh, it's back. It looks amazing. You're immediately able to go, here are the things you were talking about. This is what the SSD could do. And then you see it, and you see like this ambition that they have going in for that. And fresh characters. The female Lombax. What's going on? It's exciting.
Yeah. In a number of ways, yeah.
Rift Apart. It's a good name.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm. And closing out Final Fantasy 16, that trailer is fantastic. Slowly realizing, oh shit, that's what that is. The tone is completely different than the recent ones. I like that specific team that they have building for that, and it looks great. New designs, the music, just everything about that seems really fresh, given how often they like to do futuristic Final Fantasy stuff now. It felt good to see something that feels like an old ass type of game. So those are my 4.
Yeah, it's definitely hype. Definitely hype stuff. Very good choices there. We're going to go to Bob.
Pragmata.
Okay. Sell me.
That one is one of those. It's next gen. It's exciting. It's a new IP. We all were baffled by what it was. The whole trailer.
That's correct. Yeah.
The most baffling shit is, wait a minute, that said Capcom on it.
Yes.
Isn't a Kojima thing?
No, it's not a Kojima thing. You have some weird robot girl. I'm convinced this might even be a Mega Man Legends part, like side story.
That's why they went to the moon.
Yep.
I'm very interested in everything it's doing. Like his weird suitcase that can make stuff. The ghost cat. There's a ton of just things in this that are questions, and it's exciting.
Absolutely.
It's such a power move. Really, they didn't need to show this. They announced something for 2022 because they're like, here's how confident we are going into this next gen. Here's something that won't be out for 2 straight years.
And we announce it now because we have plenty of things to announce that are sooner.
Right? Unlike certain other companies.
Yeah, Nintendo, get on it. What are you doing?
Yeah, that's the one. That Ratchet and Clank trailer is great. We went over SSD, amazing.
Mm-hmm.
I have a really soft spot for the Devil May Cry trailer.
Okay.
Hearing the new song, seeing Virgil.
I also do.
And all the stuff he does. Like, they even show off him doing the impaling himself and like summoning V.
Yeah, that shit's hype.
That's right when the hook hits.
Yeah.
Which I will always remember. I saw that trailer at least 100 times, looping it to listen to the song. Feverishly waiting for the weekend ends for them to actually release the version without sound effects.
Oh my god.
Okay, Bob, you get one more slot.
This is rough. I'm honestly stuck between two. The Resident Evil 8 trailer, which is great, and the Min Smash trailer.
This one's really good too.
Just seeing them do more stuff in the ARM style, putting Captain Falcon in there. Very fun.
Yeah. Yes.
But I'm gonna go ahead. I'm gonna stick with Resident Evil. Yeah, Resident Evil 8.
Okay.
Capcom winning all this.
Oh my god, you're right. They took 3 of your 4 slots.
Yes.
Oh my god.
Man, Capcom's really good. Like, I'm glad they came back. Not every company can.
No.
Okay. My list is going to be pretty different from other people's. So, Gran Turismo 7, here's why. 1, looks fucking incredible. Unreal levels of fidelity. It's clearly using ray tracing. It's got insanely high polygon models. It looks immaculate. But that's only, the cool part. Just to let people know, hey, it's a numbered Gran Turismo. It's a real Gran Turismo. It looks incredible. We're pushing next gen as hard as we can. Here's the menus. It is a full-ass Gran Turismo. Customize your vehicle. Here's a picture of a man trapped in a box.
Yeah, I know. That was the part where I got interested.
I love shit like that. If it didn't have that menu shit, it would not be arriving here. Because that is the shit I crave. I crave a Gran Turismo that loads insanely fucking fast between menus and looks unlike any other goddamn video game.
God, for some reason, I wasn't thinking about the load times in those menus and how amazing that's going to be.
Every time I think back to Gran Turismo 5, I'm like, it's a shame about those fucking load times.
Yeah, it is.
Oh, PS3. That was rough. That's right. 2 Gran Turismos ago, that was PS3. Guess what? So was 1, technically. Gran Turismo Sport doesn't exist. Moving on. Plenty of people have said enough about it. So I'm slipping Ratchet and Clank onto my list. It looks incredible. The ray tracing is great. The gameplay footage they show it really hits me hard. It's like, man, they get it. This is just smooth looking. It's fun. There's shit everywhere. And the portal gun works great in normal combat scenarios to teleport between waypoints in the arena you're fighting in. And then there's, of course, the portals through the SSDs for the set piece. Absolutely stunning. This was, for many people, the number one justification of next gen. This one trailer. And I think that can't be understated. My next trailer is because it's just as raw and stylish as I had hoped for my boys at Housemark. Returnal. That fucking trailer's dope as shit. That narration about traveling to this ungodly planet and being stuck in the loop of entering the atmosphere over and over and dying against this insane alien horde. And the footage we get showing it's like a bullet hell third person thing is so good.
The very moment it turns into a Housemarque game, I lost it.
It's so
Where
great.
I'm like, yeah, that's exactly what they make.
Like it's a third person shooter now because it's AAA. Aside from that, it definitely just is a Housemarque game, and that really excited me. I wasn't sure what.
I'm glad your thing from last year was right.
Yes, unfortunately, it just barely missed by 1/4. That was now it's maybe my most anticipated game of 2021. I don't know. But yeah, anyways, Returnal, super great. I'm glad these guys are getting to, just like Remedy, build up their studio and start making AAA, like art house metal as shit, cool games with sci-fi. Like, that's awesome. And I'm so happy. I'm so happy the moment I saw that. Such a great moment for me. I'm scanning the list and I'm like, Mass Effect returns in 2020X.
And this is why I picked it.
I'm gonna. Oh man, this is all Sony first party shit.
yeah, I was looking. I was like,
Owned once
On
again, Snoy.
The Spider-Man Miles Morales reveal is really hype. I really like the visuals shown off, the style of the gameplay. I like the soundtrack shift from the original, and the moment that song hits in the game too is really, really good. I think the fact that was a game that was coming soon was kind of great. And I thought every part of, I had to scan that trailer to get a thumbnail for the Game of Premonitions. That trailer looks immaculate. It's stunning. And I had enjoyed, Spider-Man, whatever year that came out. Everyone gives me shit about
2018.
Is that true, Bob?
I don't know.
Yes.
I'm like, do I trust KZ or is he fucking with me?
Why would I lie?
Spider-Man 2012 looked really great. And I had a lot of fun with it. The Spider-Man Miles Morales, I was shocked that it was coming out that
Fucked
soon.
up. This is about trust.
I can't believe you lied to me, Casey.
You lied to me.
I didn't lie.
You would say that. Next, you're going to say you're Spider-Man. Okay.
I'm wearing it right now.
That's... How could you not notice this, you dumb bitch? If it weren't for that KZ, Feels Mom's political thing wouldn't have been ruined. Anyways, KZ, what were you going to say?
What's your secret?
We're going to go to Feel. Feel, what's your
I'm
list?
wearing it right now.
Mass Effect, because they did the only thing that could have possibly made me give a shit, which is like, we're sorry. We're just gonna undo Mass Effect 3.
I appreciate apologies.
Like, I didn't think it'd just be like, yeah, we're just gonna bring back all the old characters and undo that as much as we possibly can without just looking like enormous fucking clowns. And I'm like, thank you.
It's
Thank
like
you.
I said, I don't give a shit, but you spent several $1 million on a CG trailer.
God.
Let's see, what else? Final Fantasy 16.
Mm-hmm.
Just because it wasn't just that it's Final Fantasy, it's that looks real. There's gameplay and it looks anywhere approaching late development.
Yes.
I might play this before I'm dead. Then Ratchet and Clank.
I'm just going to go ahead and fill out one of the slots over there one moment.
Yeah, no, it's obvious.
And Resident Evil 8. That means you can put second place in too.
Yes.
I'm going to be honest, I almost gave it to Resident Evil 8. If I enjoyed 7 more, I probably would have given it to Resident Evil 8.
The Sony check cleared, so you could not pick Resident Evil 8.
God, I wish I had a Sony check. That'd be great. But yeah, no, if I enjoyed 7 more, like if I enjoyed 7 as much as 2 and 3, I absolutely would have voted for on here. If I hadn't beaten 7 by the time we recorded this, I might have put it on the list.
I think that it's impressive they make it look that hype.
Yes.
Yet it still feels like it's probably going to be like 7.
Yeah,
but
it's
I'm not
still
sure.
a lot like 7. And I'm super interested in that game, and I'm going to buy it at launch. I just know. I know these other games.
You gotta find out why, Chris. Why?
That's true. That's important. Okay. Uh-oh.
Oh, is Final Fantasy 16 just winning by default?
I think that just took 3rd place.
No, there's.
Oh yeah, it's got 2
There was
votes.
nothing else that had 2 votes.
Yeah, we had a pretty diverse list of games here.
I guess
Yeah.
not.
That's pretty funny.
Dope.
I mean, I'm okay with that. I would have given it to 16 if I thought, if I were confident that I would enjoy the game. I'm glad that it looks really done. I'm glad it has a great producer who he clarifies, producer, not director. He
Yeah,
didn't trick
he
you.
keeps saying that for all the times they're like, "Are you directing Final Fantasy 16?" We've seen the teams. He's like, "No, I am not directing Final Fantasy 16."
What a great man.
He's the G. I'm excited to see if he survives because he literally said this week, "Next year will be the most busy year of my entire life."
I have to hold the entire company up on my back.
Yes, because unless it gets delayed, they're going to try and launch a Final Fantasy 14 expansion next year as well.
Oh my god, so both?
Yeah, every other year.
It's supposed to come out next year unless things pushed it enough, but it may in fact still come out.
Just because.
They're
Go ahead.
Mhm.
Go ahead.
Oh yeah, they're straight up going to announce the expansion. I think in a month.
So, because we didn't talk about it, I just real quick want to give some credit to Bugsnax. Incredible trailer, incredible song in that trailer.
Yes.
Demon Souls looks immaculate. What a shocking thing. You see how fast it loads between the portals. Like it's really, those were some great trailers. That Spider-Man one was really good. but did anyone
Kind of look neat.
Did anyone vote for Project Athia?
I almost did. I really wanted to, because that's another game like Pragmata of like, it's a completely new IP. Therefore, it's exciting.
Yes.
Yes.
Like that's the main thing.
Everything surrounding that seems really interesting. Like seeing that engine on a system that can run it has me very excited. And just seeing this mix of like Western and Eastern developers coming with that.
I like seeing the main character wearing like regular sneakers and then a fancy outfit. Like that's cool.
Well,
the roots.
Yeah, this is going to be an isekai game.
I'm excited
That'd be
for that.
really funny.
An isekai game could be good.
Yeah.
I probably would have voted for Final Fantasy 16 as well, just because so I have no problems to be on the list. But yeah, I just always have mixed feelings and worry when it comes to a new Final Fantasy.
What are you talking about? Final Fantasy is the most bulletproof franchise.
It's not like the last 5 main entries have just been bad in some way.
Bob,
okay, it's not 5.
How dare you speak poor of Lightning Returns and Final Fantasy 14 the first time?
That one barely counts anymore. They put 4 more of those out.
Doesn't change the fact they put out the first one.
Yeah, that doesn't do that.
And yeah, also going down to it, parts of those trailers makes me think that it's down to a single party member, and that's kind of worrying and not what I think of when I think of Final Fantasy.
Yeah, but that's fair to be concerned in that way.
But I want to have hope.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the next trailer will just a money shot, will be completely different character.
Hopefully.
I feel like that's going to be a thing.
Okay, well, we have our list, our top 3. Best trailers of 2020 is Ratchet & Clank Rift Apart, Resident Evil Village, and Final Fantasy 16. Wow, these all showed up at the same place, huh?
Weird. What? No way.
Oh no!
Yeah, you're right. Fucking the third place. What they were so blown away when they received the trailer, they let it open the show.
Oh, Final
Despite it
Fantasy
not even
6
being first party.
Yeah, Final Fantasy 16 did not show up at the same place. It showed
It's
up
true.
for
It showed up
Sony,
at
but
the other
second
Sony
show.
thing, not the first Sony
Oh yeah,
thing.
that's true. Okay.
They delayed it because they wanted to have a stronger showing later, is what people were saying. I can't confirm or deny.
Multiple insiders said Square didn't want leaks to happen for a bunch of stuff, so they literally internally would call Project Athia Final Fantasy 16
That's smart.
Yeah, it is.
just to fuck with people. That's why everyone insiders like, oh, I'm sorry, it was supposed to appear here.
What if Project Athia is just going to be another Final Fantasy?
I would
What if
shit my pants if they say it's Final Fantasy 17.
I'm
See,
okay
I was more
with
thinking
this.
it would just be some weird spinoff, but I hope it's like a new IP.
It just turns into the shit of like Final Fantasy 9, 10, and 11 all announced at the same time.
I mean, if Square could get back to doing that, that'd be pretty insane.
Yes, give me a constant stream of different characters to look at. I'm begging you.
No, Lightning. That's it. Okay. Now Noctis. That's it.
Oh no.
That one hurts more than lightning, easily.
Yes.
You had to look at that motherfucker for a very long time before you could play as him.
And then he got redesigned to be less cool.
God, it fucking sucks.
Okay, we gotta stop talking
God,
about
it
this.
sucks.
Just fucking let Nomura make Versus 13. Just let him call it the Versus 13 and release it as Versus 13. Don't even address 15 at all.
No, it's fine. He's already making it. It's just gonna have Donald Duck in it now.
The next category is biggest jobber of 2020.
We've got a lot of people here.
The candidates are Kyrie, Marvel's The Avengers.
I hate alphabetical order for starting with that.
Sorry.
Are you fucking kidding me?
Metal Face, Microsoft's marketing, Mixer, Mr. Y from Streets of Rage 4. Multiplayer features in Tony Hawk's Pro Skater 1 and 2. Ryan McCaffrey. Wow. Series X. Which one? Xbox Series X here. That should actually be last.
Huh.
There we go. Let's just do that and that and that. Now it's not next to Ryan McCaffrey, which will make him sad. The kaiju when you shoot the super nuke. I assume this is 13 Sentinels.
Yes.
The Kingdom Hearts 3 soundtrack and Melody of Memory. Wait, Memory of Melody?
Melody of
No,
Memory.
you got it right the first
Okay.
time. You nailed
Okay, cool. I just have the acronym to look at it. I'm like, uh-oh. I better make sure I say it right.
it. My bad.
No, it's fine. The other kaiju when you activate instant cooldown and fire the super nuke again immediately.
God.
The Tinkerer. The last, oh my God. The Last of Us 2 pregnant lady. I don't.
Dina.
Wait, I actually was like, which one? Because there's Dina and there's also
Is
other
it Dina
pregnant
or the one
lady.
that dies?
I don't know. I didn't write this.
yeah, I didn't write
I'm
this.
the one that wrote this. I meant the one that died.
Okay.
Okay, so not Dina. Okay.
I don't know. The other one was pretty Chad-like as she went around fully pregnant, like
true.
shooting terrorists.
She went on a fucking murder quest while pregnant.
Hashtag girl boss.
Also doing jumps that would probably cause a miscarriage, but don't worry.
Don't worry about it. She was also riding in the back of a truck as it was being gunned at. Anyways, we're not going to worry about it. Your brain attempting to play 13 Sentinels. Your friend in Ghost of Tsushima who sets a guy on fire.
Ryuzo.
Thank you. I'm just like, can we get his real name in here, please?
Fucking all the Ghost of Tsushima characters that show up in this list are just like, description that is funny.
I mean, to be fair, incredibly memorable as your friend of Ghost of Tsushima, who's a fucking jobber. I'll go first. Ryuzo. Let me tell you about Ryuzo. This guy sucks.
Yeah.
Ryuzo is actually really well performed in this game, but he is one hell of a jobber. This motherfucker is supposed to be some mega badass. And just eventually goes, come on, man, just lie to them so that way they don't fucking kill me.
Please, I can't beat you. I know I can't. Come on. Be a pal.
It's really good. Fuck Ryuzo. He's getting my first nomination. second nomination goes to the Xbox Series X. They won't fucking download the games. What's up with that, you guys? Why can't my Xbox download these fucking games? Also, there were barely any games to download to begin with, which is also incredibly jobber-like.
Can we change it from the general Series X to Dan's Xbox Series X? Because it really did job.
I'll allow it.
AZ.
Did.
Which one?
Dan's.
Which one?
Which one of Dan's?
Both of Dan's. That's what it's going to be then.
We should have just made a smart delivery. Anyways.
Yes, actually.
We get two more. I get two more. I'm going to say the multiplayer features in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 plus 2. Let me tell you guys, that is single-handedly the most upsetting thing about that game. I think that game, they pulled it off in almost every way possible. But the online multiplayer is made for absolute sickos and psychopaths. And even though I function on that level with that game, I want to have fun with my friends who don't exactly function on that level with that game. For anyone who hasn't seen it, half of the modes are completable within 20 seconds if you're a chat at that. So it'll set you in a lobby. You'll wait 10 seconds. It'll go, this is the upcoming game mode. It's over. That guy did a cool trick. Stop playing. I'm making a new game mode. Hey, guys, get 100,000 points in one combo. Oh, that guy did it. Okay, sit down. It's like, this is terrible. This isn't how this should work. What were you thinking? The online multiplayer was better in Tony Hawk Pro Skater 4 on the fucking PS2 in 2002? Like, come on. What are you doing?
What are you doing?
What are you doing? And for now, I'm going to leave my fourth slot open. We go to
Fair.
Feel.
Kyrie.
Okay. I am all ears.
I need your argument. What did she do?
I have vague knowledge of what happens in Melody of Memory, which I intend to play at some point, so I don't want more elaboration. I just know it's bad in certain ways. Metal Face. Metal Face sucks. He is the biggest cuck in that game. He gets owned so fucking hard.
It's really rough because fucking characters like Zord exist who also suck, but Metal Face sucks more often on screen.
And he goes, Monado boy.
Yep. I'm going to be honest. I almost voted for Metal Face, and I haven't played Xenoblade.
He gets it so bad, too.
Microsoft's marketing, because it hasn't been a competition this whole year. We had a whole category about how it wasn't a competition.
Yeah, Microsoft's marketing has been generally heinous this whole year. Like, I don't even like their principles and other things, the concepts they're going for, as much as I hate their marketing. It's like, really bad.
How do we market this? I guess we just die.
How do we market this? Make a funny video about how these games are leaving Game Pass. How do we market this? Make a giant fucking post on YouTube about how the Series S is art and you're going to impress your date with it. How do we market this? No boost mode.
And Ryuzo. It's Ryuzo.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah. What a jobber.
Yeah, that's his class.
I spent the first third of that game being like,
give me a win.
This is going to play out pretty interestingly. And I spent the last 2/3 going, man, that guy jobbed.
Yeah, they gave him like the coolest outfit, and he seems like he's going to be hardcore and then just this.
He's your Virgil.
Lame. Yeah, and then Virgil just starts crying.
he's the fucking the non-Chad like a dog. He's just crying, and he's like, no, how come you got secret techniques? This is bullshit.
This isn't fair.
Also, to correct your friend who sets a guy on fire, I'm pretty sure he doesn't. He just begs them to open the gates so he doesn't have to.
No, I think he
but
sets
then he
one
does.
person on fire, and then he starts screaming right as he sets the second. Either way, the moment of the cutscene is more importantly him screaming and losing it under the command of the Mongols, which he just crossed to join. Like, he should have known this was what he was signing up for. But this dipshit jobber immediately goes, oh, I'm going to have to kill people who are Japanese? I didn't see this coming. Oh, no.
I I just wanted food. I just
Can't
wanted
find
Taco
food
Bell,
somehow.
please.
I can't find food. Ignore the fact every village has a giant thing of rice.
Please, Mr. Mongol, can I have some meat?
You try explaining to a Mongol who just set a Japanese man on fire that you don't want to also do that. Good God. That game would be a 10 out of 10 if he was voiced by Tristan Newcomb.
Yes.
There's a lot of games that would be improved by Tristan Newcomb voicing someone.
That's true. Trials of Mana is one of them.
Yeah, replace Shawit with Dobo.
No, you need to replace main character swordsman Durin with Tobo.
God.
And
Why
then
did-
have them talk.
Why did that guy sound so much like my dad? I don't know.
I don't know. I still like your home star is Durin.
Yeah, no, Homestar would have been great for Durin as well.
Why are they doing so much marinade?
Okay, we're moving on to KZ. KZ?
Oh, God. Fuck. All right, I'm giving the Kingdom Hearts 3 soundtrack for Melody of Memory one of the biggest jobbers. You go through this entire game, you go through like a world map that has like all the games. And you go from, it's like release order too. And they're each like the worlds in those games. And you'll run into it's like 2 songs each. And sometimes 3 in some areas because they'll show boss themes. You reach Kingdom Hearts 3 and it is the saddest state. I didn't even expect it to be this bad. They give you half the worlds because I guess because of licensing, they have to pretend pirates never happened at all. Or that Jack Skellington was ever in a Kingdom Hearts game because they have that's one of the few times where they're like, we represented this world, but it's the one time you don't get the Disney party member. They do that. And it's like, okay, Toy Store, what do we have? 1 song. Tangled, 1 song. Frozen, 1 song. And they go through them, and you're going through the videos. And you're like, this is crazy. Worlds like Tangled and Frozen have 2 field themes and 2 battle themes. And that's not counting bosses, any of that. Frozen gets it the worst. It's Let It Go. It's not an actual song they made in the game. It's just Let It Go. Which is psychotic because they did bring in Disney songs that were in the movies as bonuses. So it's crazy. There's only 1 boss theme in the game, and it's just the final boss theme from 3. The dozens of additional tracks they did, just not there at all. I'm like, I know this was made in development, but you had another year. Surely you could have gotten more. It's nuts to me.
That's a shame.
Moving on from that, I can't in good conscience pick Kyrie because she jobs so much less than she did in 3. It's crazy. I can understand putting her here because of the usual suspects, but actually just like going for it's like, no, she deserved it last time when she did nothing in cutscenes and got grabbed by the wrist. Like I can understand that. There's a difference here.
Yeah, this time they step on her wrist, right?
It's a really big step, though.
She's just in the chair from the cover, and then
I considered putting the thing she's involved in dumbest thing in game, but I didn't feel like spoiling the fact that it's the one scene of the 2 cutscenes that are basically in that game entirely. I'm like, this game has nothing in terms of story. I can't take this away. So I've got three left. So I'm gonna pick multiplayer features in Tony Hawk because I put this in. There are a lot of things I'm disappointed in regards to the Tony Hawk remaster. This is near the top. I kept thinking about how excited I was to be able to play with friends in a lobby and do things like horse and stuff that I've always wanted to do with friends. Can't do that. Just they do not give me the ability to do that. And that sucks. So many games I got excited to do multiplayer stuff that just doesn't work. Like this. Melody of Memory doesn't even have fucking friend lobbies. It's just fucking ranked. Why would I ever do this?
Gotta prove you're raw.
No, I don't. God, I'm looking at the rest of these, Jesus. Metal Face. Yeah, we'll do Metal Face. He jobs so hard. It's really bad. Just he gets it so bad at the end of his whole thing that I'm like, wow. Because I had not played Xenoblade prior to the remaster.
I think my very minor spoilers, but I think if you die screaming not like this, you belong.
Yeah, it's literally that.
You belong on this list.
That's fair. Yeah, that instant ticket. You get one free ticket to this list.
And it's so bad.
It's really bad that I played this game and I can't remember how he went down.
Are you kidding? I can't spoil it. So it's real bad. Part of me wanted to pick the Tinker, but I'm like, is that really jobbing? It's just being badly written.
Yeah, that's the thing. I didn't think she jobbed. She just was stupidly written at points. So
she was just like written really badly because most of the time she was beating things up pretty handily. So
yeah.
So not that, which brings us to one more. I want to highlight in terms of jobbing. Fuck it, Mixer.
Okay. Explain.
Mixer is well, they started off as a streaming service called Beam, low input lag streaming service. Bunch of extra little features in it. It seemed pretty neat. Microsoft buys it. It's like, okay, that's exciting. They're going in and they're grabbing something like they grabbed Skype. I sure hope another service doesn't crush them. And then they kept promoting it through E3. It's like, watch our thing on Mixer and you get Rare Replay for free. It's been out for 3 years. And they keep pushing it. They get those partners. Then it comes out. All the higher-ups that work at Mixer are racist. And go up to the one of the black employees saying you were a diversity hire. And then a couple of days later, they're like, this soaked up a bunch of our marketing budget. Millions upon millions. We bought Ninja's exclusivity for tens of millions of dollars, along with other people as well. And they cut it entirely. They completely killed it off and said, partners can go to Facebook Gaming. And people like Ninja, who got tens of millions of dollars, kept it. And did not have to go to Facebook Gaming, and then got another check cut. You could argue it's one of Microsoft's biggest L's this year.
Yeah,
but the console launch stuff's so bad. But this is insane.
Don't forget that Mixer was fully integrated into the Xbox menus. Like it put that in front of you everywhere.
Yeah,
and now it's just like ripped out.
They put so much money into this, and honestly, did not give it nearly enough time.
No.
Feels like they just gave up really fast on it in a way that it astounded me when it was announced that it was dead.
It's true. They have a real spark of genius over at Microsoft. You know, when they take a project under their wing, a spark lights up and they light it on fire. Look, I'm still pissed that I didn't get to try Project
want a new
Spark.
Conquer game.
I really wanted to try Project Spark, and I'm pissed that I didn't get to try it because I bought a game. I bought the console 3 years after it came out. 3. They canceled it within like 1.5. Fucking insane.
Don't worry, KZ. That's what the Ninja Theory B team is working on.
Fun fact, we haven't heard about that Ninja Theory B team in over a year. They didn't reference that once this entire year. The game
I
where
didn't know that was the real thing.
The white woman losing her mind in a condo simulator, as I joked about it being.
I don't even remember this existing. So
yeah, it was 2018.
Okay.
That's or 2019. That's so long ago now.
True.
Okay, Bob.
Yeah,
it might as well be another era.
Of course, Ryuzo.
Yeah,
he just has to be there. I'm sorry.
Gonna be honest, I didn't vote for him because I knew Bob would. I'm like, whatever, they'll get it locked down.
Let's see. The Dan's Xbox Series X. I was living next to that thing too.
It was over
It had
there.
to be in your house. It was even worse.
Yeah.
I had to sit in on streams on it.
Yeah.
Microsoft's marketing.
Yeah, some of that really is jobbing, where it's just like no boost mode. I'm like, that's a job.
I really want to vote for some of these other things like Mr. Y in Streets of Rage. When you play
Explain to me, Mr. Y.
Mr.
I don't
Y,
know.
like everyone else in that game can fight. Mr. Y has an Uzi and thinks that's good enough, so he rolls around the screen shooting the Uzi. And if you play as one of the characters who can like run, he just is like, "What's happening? What do you mean you caught me immediately and are throwing me now?"
He's like, haha, I've got a gun. Please stop beating the shit out of me.
Is this like an early boss?
No, this is near the end. This is second to last boss or so.
He's one of the last. Here's the thing you need to know. He's clearly the rich kid of Mr. X, the villain from older Streets of Rage games.
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's fucking rules, Mr. X and Mr. Y.
That's
Yes.
really funny.
And
really-
then his sister is like hardcore and uses a rapier and is actually hard to fight.
Yeah, no, she's a badass.
So yeah, that's why I threw Mr. Y on this list. He's
That's fair.
prime jobber material. But there's just too many good candidates this year. There's also Ryan McCaffrey who went full crying Wojak.
That's true. We didn't talk about Ryan at all. I bet he feels left out. Oh man.
This is the Xbox correspondent at IGN.com.
Yeah.
Yes.
If anyone's curious,
on Next Gen Console Watch.
if anyone's
Something Dan has inflicted on me many times.
to be clear, the infection started with KZ. I didn't know the show existed before KZ mentioned it.
It's okay. We'll watch an episode after this.
We literally will. If anyone's curious why he's in Best Jobber, just look at how he handles the different revelations all throughout the year. When it comes to next gen stuff, there's one point where he clearly goes to say, what was it? The quote's insane. Anything I'm going to say to try to encapsulate it will not be as
Which
crazy as
one?
the original one.
What was the subject?
The one where he says, it's really unfair. Now, I don't want to say any conspiracy theories, but...
Sony's
What
cheating.
conspiracy to make Sony look good.
Sony's, getting treated unfairly. Microsoft's getting treated unfairly. People are clearly treating them way worse than Sony.
They're just being punished for being honest.
And you know what's really anti-consumer? These games being these games having exclusive content. But next week when Microsoft buys ZeniMax, they buy Bethesda Studios. They have 13 devs, and he's like, "This is great news." I'm like,
I
"Oh
win.
my god!"
It's for me, it's good.
He literally just said, everyone keeps saying that there's a lack of strong, critically acclaimed games coming out on Xbox. And the problem solved.
Yeah.
There literally is one moment where that man looks like he's going to cry on camera out of frustration over
And then another one where it looks like he's going to come on camera.
It's back to back, week after week. There was also, we didn't even talk about it, there was Halo Infinite came out. He was like, it doesn't
God.
look bad. It looks fine. I have no idea what people are talking about. 2 weeks later, Microsoft announces they're delaying it. He's like, well, it's good, actually. And, I thought it looked fine, but people disagree, and I'm glad they're polishing the game up. Not that it needed it. I'm like, what?
Yeah, I think Ryan McCaffrey earns this spot. I'll do it.
Okay.
Oh my god. I thought we just wanted to shit on him a little bit. I didn't know he'd actually get in.
I didn't write him in the slot, so I never intended to vote for him, but I still have the slot open in mind. I only have Ryuzo, Dan's Xbox Series X, the multiplayer Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. So really what I'm looking at here is Microsoft's marketing, Ryan McCaffrey. Oh god, that's it.
Metal face.
Metal Face is a fucking jobber. You could play Smash Bros and figure that out.
It's so much worse. Smash makes him seem cool.
But in actuality,
Like I said, not like this. Die.
Look, the first few hours with Metal Face, he's actually intimidating and cool.
It's an accident. He is jobbed by accident.
That's pretty bad.
That's why you didn't remember, Bob.
Yeah, I knew it happened somewhere between other events, but that's hilarious.
Okay.
It's by accident.
Microsoft's marketing has seemed to have worked for the dedicated Xbox fandom. They think what they're saying is really smart and good and shit. So I can't say they jobbed. They performed their job well. They handed their user base some insane sentences like real RDNA 2, no boost mode.
They activated all the brain spiders.
Yeah, so I can't really say it jobbed. It worked as well as it could with the product they're shipping. It would have helped if they had more exclusives. So I'm gonna leave Microsoft marketing alone. So now I'm left between Metalface, Ryan McCaffrey, and Mixer. Now I knew Mixer was going to fail because Microsoft bought it, and I look at what happened with Skype, right? Like Skype could have been huge, but it's been regressing ever since Microsoft bought it.
Skype was really funny because once Discord started to take off, Microsoft very, very obviously contacted their media people who don't quote unquote don't work for them, or write an article about how Discord's all pedophiles. Please, we need this, because it would always be from 4 places at once.
Yeah,
right when Skype lost a bunch of money.
Yeah.
The Mixer thing, again, they signed Ninja in August of last year.
Yeah.
He was released in less than a year. Reportedly, they gave him $30 million.
Oh yeah, I know that sounds like a lot of money, but this is so Silicon Valley. KZ, you better get your shitting pants on when Bethesda somehow realizes there's a loophole in their contract and they don't make any Xbox games ever again.
Oh.
Dan.
Oh my God.
Dan.
Well, yeah, they gave him full control. I don't know why they thought this was a good idea.
I can't.
Starfield is still a Sony exclusive.
They keep selling their exclusive to Sony. Oh my God.
Yeah, no, that would be
Dan.
insane. This is just a joke. This won't happen. If it does, I will be screaming.
Dan.
Then the investors are like, wow, we see so much good returns. Do that for all our games.
No, every Xbox game needs to launch a year on PlayStation before it can hit an Xbox.
Insane.
Dan, I can't cope with this. When they bought them, my first thought was, oh cool, they're trying. Oh, this is terrible for the industry. I don't want them giving everything to PlayStation before Xbox.
Yeah. Yeah.
At that point, I'm like, no, this isn't fair. You've earned this by
Spending $4 billion, which is pretend money because capitalism is a fucking game.
Hey, at least they can ship this one.
They can ship the company? Where are they putting it?
Can you ship capitalism?
You can have capitalism on ships. Oh, man. I can't put a second vote into what I already have.
No, that's not allowed.
You know what? Normally, I wouldn't. I don't want to go with Mixer. You know what? I'm just going to not vote. I'm not going to vote.
Okay.
I'm not going to vote. Yeah. Besides, I can't say Ryan McCaffrey jobbed once Microsoft bought up a shitload of studios. He seemed fine.
Yeah, to be honest, he's riding high.
Yeah.
Because anytime they talk about Sony, they find ways to debuff it as much as possible.
It's next gen console watch is a hell of a show. But okay,
Really
we got to tabulate. Let me get tabulating. I think that's it. These are all the 2 votes. Is that correct, guys?
Metal face.
Yeah, metal face.
Yeah, metal face.
Metal face. If he sounded like that.
I don't know. I think he sounds perfect.
But I'm imagining you doing that voice, but it's through the Mechon voice in that game, where it's the mics are peaking.
Yes.
And reverb
Just me
everywhere.
saying Monado boy is Warface.
It's too much for me. The first Mechon you fight in that game, I have no idea what he said until I looked it up in the wiki.
That's funny
Because
as hell.
it's just weird European speak that's peaking and just reverbing off of shit.
Okay, so we've got 4 things to vote between. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 multiplayer, Microsoft Marketing, Dan's Xbox Series X, and Metal Face. We get 3 points.
Ooh.
Let's get to it. I'm going to vote first. Okay. Bob? By the way, I should know, Tony Hawk Pro Skater, Microsoft's Marketing, and Dan's Xbox Series X.
Yeah,
Bob?
like, what are you doing?
I'm gonna vote for the same story.
Okay. KZ?
Metal Face, Tony Hawk, and marketing for Microsoft.
And Feel.
Marketing, Metal Face, and Dan's Xbox Series X.
Okay, so Microsoft's Marketing takes second place, and now we have to figure out what third place is. Between my Xbox Series X and the Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2 multiplayer.
Can I vote?
Yes.
Tony Hawk, I don't have to play your Series X.
That's cruel.
I'm sorry, you don't have to play your Series X anymore either.
Bob?
The Series X.
Feel?
Now, under the original definition of a jobber is someone in a wrestling league who loses to make someone else look better. By that definition, Dan's Xbox Series X.
Son of a bitch.
Okay, I'm voting my Xbox Series X for obvious reasons. Okay, so that makes our top 3. Ryuzo from Ghost of Tsushima, Microsoft's Marketing, and my Xbox Series X, which is cursed and won't download any games with smart delivery, which I hear is an enviable feature that Sony should have.
Yes, definitely.
Correct.
Runner up, Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2's multiplayer, which got private lobbies later, but we never had time to check it out. Okay, well, that's clearly all the categories, so look forward to next time when we do Game of the Year.